What's happening? What's happening with it? Get this mic over here. What's happening with y'all? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. What's happening with it? When y'all come in the building, make sure that y'all hit that like button for me. Knockout Boxing, what's happening with it? Knockout Boxing 86 TV. I know you hyped. I know you hyped up for later on today. You know, if y'all don't know, me and my boy Southern T, we finna have a debate on Knockout Boxing 86 TV later on today. Jay West in the building. What's happening with it? James in the building. Anthony Johnson in the building. James Blackwell, what's happening with it? Joshua Hawkins. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Almighty, what's happening? Deacon 305, salute. Ricky Williams, was make the effing fight. Yeah, teach in the building. Yeah. We definitely gonna cook on some things today. We got a lot to cook on today. Yeah. I tried to go live yesterday, but was having technical issues. But we here today. Kirk McCall, what's happening with it? Dominic, what it do? Yeah. So we got a lot to cook on. A lot of things to cook on. I got some videos that I'm gonna drop also, you know, after this live. Like I said, later on today, make sure that y'all go to Knockout Boxing 86 TV. We're going to be over there and, you know, with the debate and everything. And so, yeah, we got a jam-packed day for y'all, you know, jam-packed. This weekend, we got Mo Hooker coming back. You know, we got Mo Hooker coming back. Fighting motherfucking old clown-ass Blair Cobb. Fighting Blair Cobb. So, Mo Hooker, he need to go out there and stop Blair Cobb. He better not, I'm telling y'all right now, Mo Hooker better not let Blair Cobb get with him. He better not let Blair Cobb get with him. But I fuck with Mo Hooker. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with mighty Mo Hooker. He need a, you know what I'm saying? He need a W on his record just like Blair Cobb do. And Alex Rocha, he already showed what he did to Blair Cobb. So Mo Hooker gonna have to backdoor that. Yeah, and y'all hit the like button. Gemini 9 says, is Crawford still trying to price himself out? Well, we gonna talk about, you know, Crawford later on. Dre Ball 901, what's happening with it? Yeah, so you know, it's a lot to talk about. A lot of things going on, you know. A lot going on. Jake Paul, man, what y'all think about that Jake Paul and Hasim Rahman situation? What y'all think about that Jake Paul and Hasim Rahman situation? You know, Jake Paul, he claiming that, you know, Hasim Rahman promised him and basically signed and said that he was going to be able to get down to a certain weight. And they had Hasim Rahman sending in, you know, live videos of weigh-ins to make sure that he get down to a certain weight by a certain amount of time. And hey, he couldn't make the weight. He couldn't make the weight. But Hasim Rahman said, hey, look, bro, I'll still fight you and I'll still take whatever penalty you want to give me on the money side. And Jake Paul and them, you know, they ain't want to take the fight. But It's a twist to it. It's a twist to it. Ricky Williams said, is a pig, he says the pig pussy pork. Mike Ryan, what's happening with it? Yeah, so it's a twist to it. Steven Espinoza, he came out and he said that, hey, look, Jake Paul wanted to fight Hasim Rahman at, I think it was like the normal weight. He wanted to fight Hasim Rahman at like 216 pounds or whatever, at whatever weight Hasim Rahman wanted to, fight at. He said Jake Paul wanted to do it, and they advised him not to. They told him, nah, don't do that. So this is what Steven Espinoza said. He said Jake Paul wanted, in the beginning, when they first started negotiations, he said that Jake Paul wanted to fight at that, at the regular Hasim Rahman's weight. And they told him, nah. You know what I'm saying? They advised him, nah, we don't want you to do that. You know what I'm saying? Make him come down and weight. Make him come down and weight. We don't want you to do that. So what y'all think about that situation? Anthony Johnson, he said Jake Paul is right in his opinion. Mike Ryan says, what's happening with it, Mike Ryan? Yeah, so let me know what y'all think about that situation. Hold on. And y'all get the likes up, man. Y'all hit the like button. Smash on the like button. Let me see what y'all talking about. Ricky Williams say Showtime don't want to stop that money. Of course not. You know what I'm saying? Jake Paul is he probably the biggest pay-per-view star that he is. It ain't probably. Jake Paul, as far as the boxing scene, the entertainment scene, whatever you want to call it, you feel me? He is the biggest attraction that they got right now at Showtime, for Showtime Boxing. And that's a fact. So, of course, yeah, they don't want to stop that money. Anthony Johnson say, if you sign for 200, you have to stand on it. It's simple as that. Yeah, man, you can look at it that way. You can look at it that way. They figure if he a week out, right? Because I hear some people saying 2 weeks, but it was a week, right? They just stopped the fight. They just called it off on, what was it, like Monday or Sunday? One of them days, they just called it off, right? So it was a week or maybe, a week and a couple days out from the fight, they called it off. Now, what they saying is it ain't no possible way he was going to be able to get down, cut a whole, 16 pounds or something comfortably within a week. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But he said he couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? He said he couldn't do it, but he said he was willing to take whatever penalty that they had for him and still fight. Now, that means, it's a tricky situation because then if you're willing to take a penalty, well, that means you like, fuck it. I'm going to come in there big. I'm not going to drain myself. I'm going to come in there big as fuck. I'm not going to try to cut no more weight. And I'm going to go in there and beat his motherfucking ass. And so I think that's where the confusion come in, because it's like, okay, if we let this dude come in, overweight, and he just, accept the penalty, then we're going to be in a whole bunch of danger. That's what it came down to with Jake Paul and his team. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what weight he going to come in. He could come in at 230. He could put back on the weight that he lost, come in at 230, and now we fucked. And now we fucked because he just go, put on all the weight that he lost back on and then say, fuck it, give me the penalty and I'm going to come in there and I'll beat your ass. I think that's what Jake Paul and his team was worried about. He going to rehydrate, you know what I'm saying, within the week. He going to come in at 200 and whatever pounds, 220, 225, 230, whatever he usually fight at. I don't know you know, what Hasim Rahman, I know he fight at Bridger weight, so I probably say 230. He gonna come in heavy as fuck, and we gonna be in a whole bunch of danger. But me seeing Hasim Rahman fight and spar, I seen Rahman. I mean, yeah, he probably should be better than Jake Paul because, you know, he probably been boxing for damn near half his life. I don't know, but he ain't really all of that to me. And I seen him sparring a cat. I think it was Ohio Bruns Boxing. I seen him sparring a dude, right, from Ohio. This dude from Ohio, he put a clip up of himself sparring Hasim Rahman. Right, not too long ago, he was sparring Hasim Rahman, and this guy said he only had been boxing for 3 months, ain't never boxed professional, ain't never boxed amateur. He just had been training for 3 months in boxing, just a regular cat off the streets, and he was getting in Hasim Rahman ass in sparring, and you know, Hasim Rahman, he ain't really that, he ain't like that. He's not nice like that. You know what I'm saying? He's not nice like that if you go watch him. So, you know, I don't know. Just because he's so, quote unquote, a real boxer, don't mean that he's nice like that. So I think, you know, I think Jake Paul still should have took the fight. You know what I'm saying? I think if you in this sport and you a gladiator like that, you know, anything over 200, 205 anyway, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? You see Deontay Wilder get in the ring weighing 210 pounds, fighting the motherfucker that weighed 270 something. So I mean, shit, fuck it. But you know, that's between them. I just want to know what y'all feelings on that was. And y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash the like button. DJ says, my thoughts exactly, Keith. Rahman Jr. was going to come in heavy anyway just to smash Jake Paul. Yeah. But I really don't even see, real talk. I had Rahman, you know what I'm saying, probably winning the fight, probably because I think that he should win the fight. He got way, way more experience. And if he let Jake Paul go in there and beat his ass, I seen Rahman, that's his last fight he ever going to get. Ain't nobody never gonna take him serious again if he had went in there and let Jake Paul beat his ass. So I thought that Jake Paul should have still took the fight because Hasim Rahman wasn't that big of a threat to me. Like, I mean, you got gloves on, you're throwing hands. You know, Jake Paul, this is what you do now. You say that you want to be a fighter. Take the fight anyway. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? And if you think that he was bluffing about taking the penalty, whatever penalty y'all was going to give to him, well, test it. Test it. You know what I'm saying? Call his bluff. You know, this is a gladiator sport, so, you know, but Jake Paul ain't the first one who done it. You dig? So I ain't going to sit up here and act like Jake Paul ain't the first one who done it. We see fighters all the time come in overweight, and then other fighters refuse to fight them because they too much overweight. So Jake Paul ain't the first one who did it. And he ain't going to be the last. He ain't the first, and he ain't going to be the last. So, you know, it is what it is when it comes to that. It is what it is. You got, you know, two sides of the story. You got two sides of the story. You know, Omega Red said Jake Paul is an actor, not a fighter. Well, I mean, he's a fighter because he go in there and train. You know what I'm saying? He trained harder than probably anybody on here do. He go in there and train. He trained with real fighters. You know, he put in the work. He puts in the work. So, you know, he's a fighter that's just starting. He ain't no different than any other fighter that got 3 or 4 fights on their record. He just don't have no amateur background. That's it. So I ain't gonna say that he's not a fighter. He's just an actor. I'm not finna run with that shit, Omega. And salute to big country Omega Red. I mean, he put in the work, bro. You know, ain't nobody on here can say that they training harder than him and getting in there with professional fighters and sparring and doing all of that. And that's a fact. So he putting in the work. So you got to respect some of what he doing. But hey, he making a whole lot of money doing that shit too. So so with that being said, so what I just said, that ain't nobody probably on here doing that, right? I guarantee you, a whole lot of us do the training and do all the blood, sweat, and tear, everything that he done went through, if we gonna stand to make the money that he been making. You feel me? I get back to training hard as fuck again like that tomorrow. If they tell me I'm finna get a $40 million paycheck, I guarantee you I would. Real talk. I get back to training like that tomorrow if they tell me that they gonna pay me $40 million to step in the ring with somebody. Shit. Johnny Q said, nah, ETB, I be in the gym. Shit, I be in the gym too. But that don't mean that you gonna body Jake Paul. You feel me? You got to put some respect. It's easy to say that shit, y'all. It's easy to say that. But, you know, hey, shit, you know what I'm saying? You got to put some respect on his name. Tyron Woodley, although he ain't a professional boxer, Tyron Woodley ain't no motherfucking slouch. I done seen Tyron Woodley get in there with some of the coldest of UFC fighters and take some of the hardest licks and continue to come. And ain't nobody up in here no world-class fighter, period. So let's just keep it 100. Like I said, it's easy for us to get on this internet and get to talking this shit, but let's keep it 100. You know, at the end of the day, Jake Paul, he ain't no pussy. He can fight. He can fight some. He ain't no pussy, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he can throw hands. I just got to keep it real. It'll be easy for me to, you know, say what everybody else is saying and oh man, he a bitch and I can whoop him and anybody can. Nah, he ain't no pussy like that. I seen him. He can fight some. You know what I'm saying? And just for being somebody that didn't even start this shit until, you know, what, a couple years ago, a few years of what, like 2020? That's when he started. He could fight. And the motherfucker can punch. You feel me? And he can punch. So, you know, I don't take him for granted just because everybody else like to, you know, act like, you know, oh, he a pussy and but they ain't gonna get in the ring with him. So yeah, man, like I said, I don't really knock him like that because, like I said, if you go and look at a lot of your favorite fighters' record when they got 3 and 4 fights on their resume, you'll see their opponents debut, fucking 0-10, 1-32. That's the type of fighters that they fight. So it ain't really no different than Jake Paul fighting UFC fighters. You know, motherfuckers going down to Tijuana and getting, you know, racking up a record of 20-0 before they fight anybody. Shit, we ain't talking about them like that. So it is what it is, you know. And y'all got to think, right? He's benefiting y'all as boxing fans because he putting eyes on boxing. Even though, yeah, he pulled out the fight, but what is everybody talking about? They talking about Jake Paul, Hasim Rahman. Nobody would get, most of these motherfuckers would not know who Hasim Rahman was, and if it wasn't for Jake Paul. Real talk. Let's keep it 100. Now Hasim Rahman have a name. Hasim Rahman Jr. has a name right now, all because of Jake Paul. That's it. Who on here would be talking about Hasim Rahman Jr. if it wasn't for Jake Paul? Nobody. Not a single soul would be talking about a Hasim Rahman Jr. if it wasn't for Jake Paul. So Hasim Rahman, he actually built his name. He got to build a name off of Jake Paul supposed to be fighting him and pulling out of the fight. Now Hasim Rahman's name is 100 times bigger than it was before, and he ain't even had to get in the ring. He didn't even have to step in the ring, not 1 minute. You know, hey, that stand for something. Manny said he didn't even know his dad was famous. Yeah, you young though, Manny. You young. Oh, yeah, I knew his dad. And like I said, man, I got the chance to meet his dad this year. And that motherfucker his dad got the biggest hands of any man I done ever shook. That man's hands is like that big. One hand, his fist, one fist is like this big. I said, God damn, your motherfucking fist is big. I said, God, I said, man, look at your fucking hand. I said, you got some big ass. I said, no wonder you was knocking niggas out. And he got to laughing and shit. He just balled his fist up. He was like, yeah. He's like, you see? He was like, you see it? I was like, yeah. Motherfucker Hasim Rahman hit you with his bare hands. He'll kill a man for sure. Real talk. That motherfucker, he has some motherfucking huge ass hands. I don't even know how he got his hands in the fucking 10-ounce glove. Man, I'm telling y'all, I don't know how that man got his hands in the 10-ounce glove. Like, I really had to stop. He wrapped his motherfucking hand around my hand 2 times. He shook my hand, wrapped this shit around my hand 2 times. I said, this motherfucker got some big ass hands. And Knockout says, no notification. Everyone hit the like button. I'm showing 86 likes with 140 people in the building. Yeah, man, y'all got to get the likes up. K. Causey, y'all got to get the likes up. And so, motherfuckers be like weird on hitting the like button. I don't know why. You know, I had a dude comment up under one of my videos, right? Because, you know, I remind everybody when I drop a video, hit the like button. This ignorant motherfucker gonna come in there talking about, why would I hit the like button if I haven't watched the video yet? That's how some cats think. You know what I'm saying? Just motherfucking weirdos and shit. Be grown-ass motherfucking men just weird as fuck. Why would I hit the like button if I haven't even watched the video yet? Right, Knockout. That's real talk. He said a lot of people in the shadows be hating, right? But can't stop watching. They can't quit watching, but they back in the shadows hating this shit. It's a lot of motherfuckers that got hate in their blood, man. I don't understand. I don't care what video I go to. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what video I go to. If I go to somebody's video and I click on that bitch, I'm gonna like it. Whether I disagree with what they saying or not. That shit don't hurt me to like their video. Like, what the fuck does that, like, why does it hurt me to click a like button? You know what I'm saying? I'm putting the like in just even if I don't agree with that shit, you know, hey, they still putting in the work. They still taking their time out to give you content. Real talk. Simple as that. Yeah, Raise Your Finger said they teach hate all day. Real talk. Some people just they just got it in their system. You know what I'm saying? They just bred like that. But yeah, Box Talk 101. What's happening with it? Box Talk be coming with that yeah, he be coming with that raw content. Like I said, if y'all ain't subbed to Box Talk, man, he come with that raw content and he be at these fights and he give you live fights from the arena. You know what I'm saying? The full fights. Shit, I think I went and watched a couple of fights on YouTube, you know, went back and watched them. Like I think I went back and watched the Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios he had put, and the footage was great footage too. So make sure that y'all go sub the Box Talk 101. Man, like I said, you could go back and you could watch a lot of fights that he's recording from the arena live that PBC and Showtime, they don't put back up on YouTube. So, yeah. And y'all already know Knockout Boxer 86 TV. If y'all ain't subbed to him, you know what I'm saying? You need to get your mind right and go sub. And we finna get it in on Knockout Boxing tonight. You know what I'm saying? Me and Southern Team, we finna go at it. You know what I'm saying? Head to head in the debate. It's finna go down. Real talk. The Queen, Cassandra Mason, has entered the building. What's up with it, Cassandra? Box Talk 101 say he go to as many fights as he can, but it get expensive. Yeah. And y'all need to show him some support because, like you said, he said that shit get expensive. And I know because at one point I was going to fights all the time and paying my own money for that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? He going to fights paying his own money. That shit gets expensive. Top dog on who channel? Box Talk 101. He in the comments right above you. Yeah, just you could drop your link too. Man, let me, you know what I'm saying? Let me give you a rinse so you could drop your link. There you go. You could drop Box Talk. You could drop your link in the chat. And you know, they can just go click on your channel and bam. They ain't even got to leave this live stream. But yeah, Darren J, what's happening really? Cali Fire in the building. But yeah, a lot going on. Like I said, this weekend we got Mo Hooker versus Blair Cobb. You know what I'm saying? The clown ass Blair Cobb again. He out here running his mouth again. And he talking about after he beat Mo Hooker, motherfuckers ain't gonna be able to deal with him because he gonna talk so much of shit. Hey, but he kind of toned it down because he embarrassed from the shit that happened last time. The motherfucker talked all of that shit and he ended up going viral from getting his ass knocked out. You know what I'm saying? He ended up going viral for getting his ass knocked out. So I think he kind of learned his lesson, but now he know not to talk all of that shit until afterwards. You feel me? Now he know not to talk all of that shit until afterwards. Bear 24 said you can see him beating Mo Hooker. Man, Mo Hooker bet not let no Blair Cobb beat his ass. That's all I gotta say. But hey, Team Bomac, they ain't really got they ain't looking good over there on Team Bomac unless it's the Davis brothers, unless it's the Davis brothers of Terence Crawford. The rest of them niggas, you know what I'm saying, they taking L's over there from Team Bomac. Unless it's Terence Crawford or Mo Hooker, you know, they ain't really looking good over there. So I'm looking, but I fuck with, I mean, not Terence Crawford, unless it's Terence Crawford or the Davis brothers, you know what I'm saying, they ain't looking good over there. But I fuck with Mo Hooker. I fuck with Mighty Mo Hooker, and I hope he get the win. Also, we got, you know, Virgil Ortiz coming back. Now, Virgil Ortiz is a problem. Virgil, I'm going to tell y'all once again, Virgil Ortiz is a problem. I think that he needs to get with a coach that, you know, specializes in head movement and footwork. Because if Virgil Ortiz can tighten up on his defense and get his head off the lines more, Virgil Ortiz, offensively, Virgil Ortiz is a fucking problem. And he's dangerous for any opponent in the welterweight division or at 154. And he ain't even fought at 154 yet. But the thing with Virgil Ortiz is, to me, he get hit a lot. He take a lot of big shots. You know, but he's tough. And sometimes Virgil Ortiz is too tough for his own good. When he get hit and he get hurt, and you could go back to the Kavalauskas fight, when Kavalauskas hurt him, Virgil Ortiz was hurt bad, but he wouldn't hold. He wouldn't hold, and he wouldn't stop coming forward. And it's like, bruh, we know you tough, but sometimes, you know what I'm saying, you got to do things to help yourself out when you hurt like that. And you can't just be taking them big ass punches. But Virgil Ortiz is nice. Like, I like Virgil Ortiz a lot. He's a motherfucking force to be reckoned with. But he don't want no parts of boots. That's my only problem with Virgil Ortiz is he don't want no problem with Boots. But I think that Virgil Ortiz and Boots down the line, because that's the next generation. You know what I'm saying? After the Terence Crawfords and Errol Spence and the Jamel Charlos, I think Virgil Ortiz, that's the next generation. You got Virgil Ortiz, David Benavidez, Jerron Boots Ennis, maybe Connor Ben. That's the next generation. And them the next dudes that we gonna see, dominating these divisions. But we gotta hope that they fight each other, because we don't want to see this shit play out. The next generation of superstars coming up, I don't want to see this shit play out like the Terence Crawford and Errol Spence and all of that. I don't want to see that shit play out like that. Rashidi Ellis too, but we got to see how they move Rashidi Ellis over there on PBC. They're already doing them bad. Yeah, and I'm going to say it. They're already doing them bad. Why would you have Rashidi Ellis signed to PBC, right? As big of a, potential star that he could be with the skills he have and everything, and you put that man on the undercard, where did nobody even get to see him fight? You put him on the undercard. Like, motherfucker, what the fuck I signed with y'all for? If you gonna put me on the undercard. My problem at Golden Boys, they wasn't giving me no fights. Y'all give me a fight and make sure that nobody see it. So yeah, let's see how they move Rashidi Ellis. But David Morrell, I don't know, bro. David Morrell, we gonna hold off on David Morrell right now, because he ain't want that smoke with Benavidez. They talked all that shit, and Benavidez and his team went to the table and tried to get that shit popping, and they backed out. They talking about he wasn't ready yet. So we're going to hold off on David Morrell for a little bit. I'll tell you right now, Virgil Ortiz, he'll be a problem for Bud Crawford too. If Virgil Ortiz fought Terence Bud Crawford right now, in my belief, because Sean Porter had 1 foot in and 1 foot out of the sport, and that's a fact. Sean Porter, both of Sean Porter's daddy and his other trainer, what's his other trainer that trains him? His other coach, right? His daddy and Sean Porter's coach, they both said that Sean wasn't doing half of the shit that he usually do in training. He wasn't doing half of the shit that they wanted him to do in training, right? So if Virgil Ortiz and Sean Porter had a fought on that night, I think Virgil Ortiz would have beat the fuck out of Sean Porter. First of all, Sean Porter don't have enough power to keep Virgil Ortiz off his ass. Now, Sean Porter got great footwork, but I think Virgil Ortiz would have beat him. Virgil Ortiz is that motherfucker relentless. He's relentless, and he got a whole lot of power. Got a good jab. He got, you know what I'm saying? He's just relentless. Virgil Ortiz, the truth. He's the truth. I think Virgil Ortiz to stop Keith Thurman. I think he stops Keith Thurman. Raisy Finger says Virgil Ortiz hasn't elevated yet. He need better matches. What you mean? What you mean? This he stopped Maurice Hooker. He fought. Some people say that Igis Kavalauskas was Terence Crawford's toughest opponent, and he beat the fuck out of Igis Kavalauskas worse than Terence Crawford did. He got some. I think he beat the fuck out of Mauricio Herrera, that a lot of people think beat Danny Garcia. So he have a real solid resume. For Virgil Ortiz only being like 24 years old, he got a solid resume. So we can't say that he ain't really did nothing yet. He need to elevate. Nah, he's doing exactly what he need to do. Although I'm not really thrilled about this McKinnon fight, but dude is undefeated. I just don't know too much about that dude. Yeah, Larry Wade. Yep. Box Talk 101. Yeah. Coach Larry Wade and Barry Hunter. Coach Larry Wade and Barry Hunter both came out and said Sean Porter was halfway training in motherfucking the training camp for Terence Crawford. So I'm gonna stand on that shit, bro. I think that if Sean Porter had a guy in there with Virgil Ortiz would have beat his ass too. Now I don't know if Virgil Ortiz would have stopped him because y'all know how I feel about Sean Porter, daddy getting his bucket head ass up in there. Throwing in that fucking towel. You don't throw in no motherfucking towel on no fighter like Sean Porter. When this man is beating his hands, if a man got enough energy to be on his knees, beating the fucking mat, cussing and shit, because you can see he was just frustrated. And Kenny Porter, if he didn't have no agenda in the fight, I know that motherfucker had an agenda in the fight. He damn near admitted it. If he didn't have an agenda in the fight, you could see that what your son is doing. Your son is in there jumping in, wild and shit because he's frustrated trying to get his lick back. You supposed to, instead of throwing in the fucking towel, you supposed to get your son's attention and tell him, Sean, what the fuck is you doing? Stop jumping in, doing the same thing repetitive over and over. He's waiting for that. He's waiting to catch you. Stop jumping in like that, Sean. But you want to jump in and fucking throw the towel in. When the first punch, you can clearly see that Sean Porter got hit in the fucking chest. He got hit right there in the chest. And was kind of off balance and dropped him. Bam, it was a flash knockdown from a chest punch. The second knockdown, he got hit. I believe he got hit first with a hard hook, and then he got hit with a grazing blow. You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't hurt like that. All the shit we didn't see Sean Porter go through, and now you want to throw in the motherfucking towel? Talking about because you already had decided you was going to throw in the towel on Sean because he wasn't doing what you wanted him to do in training camp. Well, motherfucker, y'all should have got that shit situated with each other before the fight happened. Talking about, well, I knew to myself that I was going to throw the towel in before the fight happened already. Why you ain't take that shit up with Sean then? So you going to keep that shit to yourself. That man, it was a lot of shit wrong with that whole situation. And then Sean retired after the fight, talking about, well, I didn't tell nobody. But I already been knowing that I was going to retire after this fight a long time ago. Motherfucker, you should have told everybody that put money on you that you was going to retire and that you knew you was going to retire. That's why you still got them short-ass braids and your shit ain't never grew. For shit like that. Shit get me mad thinking about it. God damn. My man DP Rocker, salute. He said Kenny took that bag. It was had an 817. Ricky Williams says, I'll be willing to bet the cards that Kenny Porter had a bet in Vegas. He said, I'll be willing to bet the cards that Kenny Porter had a bet in Vegas for a 10-round stoppage. Hey, Ricky, I'm telling you, when I talked to Kenny Porter at the Wilder fight, because me and Kenny always talk every time we see each other. You know what I'm saying? We'll always chop it up for a while. And I talked to him for a minute. And we talking. And when I told him, I said, man, I got some bread on Sean, you know what I'm saying, in this fight with Bud. And he stopped and he stared at me and paused. And he said, he said, what, my man? He said, you got money on Sean? And I said, yeah. I said, man, they trying to bet me that Terence Crawford gonna stop Sean Porter. I said, man, ain't no way in hell Terence Crawford gonna stop Sean Porter. I said, yeah. And he looked and he just like paused. And he skipped to the next subject and started talking to me about something else. And I didn't think nothing of it at the time because at the time, you know, I just didn't think nothing of it at the time. I would have never thought in my head, like, you know, but then I went back and I thought, I'm like, wait, hold on. This motherfucker Kenny had something up his sleeve and knew he had something up his sleeve, and he wanted to tell me, but he couldn't tell me. That's why he paused and just looked at me like that and then repeated it like, you got money on Sean? And looked at me just like that. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, I know he had something up his sleeve with that fight. I know he had something up his sleeve. Because any other time, Kenny Porter would be like, oh, yeah, you know, we finna go in there and we finna shock the world. We finna show everybody what it is. What? None of that shit. None of that. Sean T says, Bo Mac actually said to Crawford, you're down on points. He said he's not jumping in like we thought. And then he jumped in and squared up. Right. The nigga was just doing stupid shit. And he was doing it over and over. You can't get away with no shit like that against Terence Crawford that waits for you and he got impeccable timing. If y'all seen the fight, Crawford was waiting for him to do that, just like my man Sean T in that super chat. And I appreciate you coming through, man, showing love to the channel, supporting the channel. Just like Sean T said, he waits for you. They was waiting for him to do it. And you can, if you go back and watch the fight, he was waiting for him the whole fight, trying to time him, and he kept missing. He kept missing. He kept missing because in the beginning, Sean was using more of his feet. You know what I'm saying? He was using his footwork and he wasn't jumping in with that silly ass shit. And then he started jumping in and Crawford started timing him and catching him. Box Talk 101 says, when we took Rolly up to Mount Charleston, I asked Coach Wade myself if Porter really trained for that fight, and he said he didn't train the same for that fight. Y'all see that? Y'all see what Box Talk 101 said. You know what I'm saying? And he covered the sport. He be at all these fights, like I said. Make sure that y'all go sub to him. He says when we took Rolly up to Mount Charleston, he says he asked himself, Coach Wade, who is one of Sean Porter's coaches, and coached Sean Porter for the fight with Terence Crawford. He asked him, did he really train? And he said, nah, he ain't really trained like that. He ain't really do everything he was supposed to do. He ain't trained the same for that fight. And we seen Sean Porter, man, falling asleep and doing all that shit on telecast. Nah, OTB, his daddy knew that he had some money on motherfucking Bud for the stoppage because he felt some type of way. See, y'all don't understand a man like Kenny Porter, right? Kenny Porter is a man, I'm going to say that he's a man of certain principles, right? And he still has the mentality that Sean Porter is the kid and I'm the dad, right? So if I tell you to do some shit, you're going to do it. Now, he can't make Sean Porter do a motherfucking thing because he can't whoop Sean Porter. He can't whoop his son, right? But what I can do is show you if you don't do what I say, it's some consequences behind that, right? And you've seen that he wanted to make an example out of Sean. Well, this is the fucking result that you get when you don't do what I say. And yeah, I threw the towel in on your monkey ass. Yeah, I threw the motherfucking towel in. And I knew I was going to throw the towel in soon as you got in some trouble because you wasn't doing what I told you to do in training. And matter of fact, I ain't going to tell you, but I'm happy about the shit because I banked off of it. Yeah, I went and picked up that motherfucking Vegas check off your monkey ass. I knew you wasn't going to win because you was training halfway. And that's what it is, you know. He wanted to make an example out of Sean to show him, I'm your dad. I'm not going to tell you nothing wrong. Everything that I tell you to do is for your benefit. And these are the consequences that you get when you don't do what I tell you to do. You know, these are the consequences. as a grown man. My man John Kramer. And John, didn't me and you bet on this fight this weekend, John? And my man John says, hell yeah, because a couple days before the fight, Kenny Porter went on the Boxing Voice. He says Kenny and Ness were talking about betting odds. Kenny said, I'm going to put something on it. Damn, I didn't even see that, bro. Y'all see what John Kramer just said right here on the screen. He said, a couple of days before the fight, Kenny was on the Boxing Voice. And they was talking about the betting odds for the fight. And Kenny said, I'm going to put something on it. Now, what y'all think he put on it? That tell me, I already knew what it was, but that tell me all I need to know now. My man Box Talk says, Rolly was running up the mountain and me and Larry was following him in the car. So we were just in the car talking and he told me straight up and he was with Porter for years. Yeah, you hear Box Talk. He said he's in the car with Larry Wade. And he told him straight up, Sean wasn't training like that. Yeah, Ricky, that's what he did, Ricky. He little boy, Sean. You know what I'm saying? You hard-headed motherfucker. I told you to do what I told you to do, and you didn't want to do it. And this is what the outcome is. So, yeah, I bet against your motherfucking ass because I knew you didn't put in the work to beat somebody like Terence Crawford. And it has nothing to do with Errol Spence, but why would you train as hard as y'all did for the Errol Spence fight and then turn around and do the opposite for Terence Crawford fight? Make it make sense to me. He trained like a motherfucker for the Errol Spence fight. Y'all got to remember, he fought, he trained, he had like a 4-month training camp for Yordenis Ugas, right? He fought Ugas. He said himself they took a week off and went back into training camp for Errol Spence. He fought Ugas, let his body rest a week, and went straight into training camp for Errol Spence and trained all the way through. And you saw the results. St. Louis Mick said that's exactly what Kenny said post-fight. If you don't do what I say, you ain't going to win. You can't win if you don't do what I say. And, it is what it is. Me, Sean is a fucking grown-ass man. You got to know when, okay, yeah, this is still my kid, but he's not a kid no more. He's a grown-ass fucking man. And I got to let off the gas pedal. You know what I'm saying? I got to let him do what he think he going to do. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, when you a little kid, you got to when it's a kid, you got to let your kid know. Look, this is what I told you to do. And if you don't do it, now you see the outcome. You feel me? So don't cry about the outcome. This is the outcome. I used to tell my son shit like that all the time. And now that he grown, he's starting to see, I should have listened to what my dad said, because everything he told me was true, and it was for the benefit of me, but I didn't want to listen because I wanted to be fucking hard-headed. But Sean is a grown-ass man. You know what I'm saying? That's successful, got his own businesses and all of that. Kenny needs to learn when to let off the motherfucking gas pedal. That's just like my pops trying to tell me some shit like that, and I'm in my 40s. And my pops trying to tell me, like, he not finna do that because he know I'm a grown-ass man now. That time has passed. And y'all hit the like button. I am Ill Will in the building. What's happening with it? He said, listen to what Kenny said after the fight. Yeah, simple as that. OTB says, I agree. He said, but Kenny also worked with Bud in the Olympic camp to know Bud was better than him before the fight as well. Nah, you don't. He worked with Errol Spence too. So, It's not about that, bro. If you think that this man is better than your son, well, you're gonna make him train even harder, just like he did for Errol Spence. Everybody and their mama know that Kenny Porter always felt that Errol Spence was better than his son. If you go and listen to Kenny Porter talk about Errol Spence, he talked about Errol Spence better than he ever talked about his own son. But when it came time to where he knew he had to fight Errol Spence, he took that in account, right? And he made Sean Porter train harder than he ever had trained before. Sean Porter did the 2 fights that he trained his hardest for. He said it himself and Kenny said it, right? Both of them said it. Was Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. And we seen a different Sean Porter in those 2 fights. We did. What's happening with it? Money in the building. Yes, sir. Yeah, we seen the different Sean Porter in them 2 fights. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot out a few links. I'm gonna shoot out a few links, and like I said, if y'all want to grab the links, y'all can grab the link and jump on, and we gonna get on these main topics, right? We gonna talk about these main topics, and we gonna what Errol in the city? I didn't even know Errol was in the city. He out here in my city. He out here. He in Phoenix right now. Errol out here in Phoenix. I didn't even know that. That's what's up. Damn. But yeah. So we finna get on these, couple topics I want to touch on, and so I'm gonna drop a few links in the emails, and y'all can, jump up here and get it in if y'all, if y'all want to. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. All right. All right. And y'all hit the like button. Smash on the like button. Smash on the like button. Smash on the like button, y'all. One thing I want to talk about is a lot of y'all probably didn't even know. Mickey Bay and Tevin Farmer, they finna fight. Now, they finna fight out here in Prescott Valley. I didn't even know what that was. I don't know shit about no Prescott Valley, so I looked it up, and the population is like, ain't nobody live out in Prescott Valley. I tell you that. That shit's small. I never had heard of it. It's like, I think it's like 3 hours away from me, but Prescott Valley, they fighting in Prescott Valley, Arizona. Next weekend. Next weekend, they fighting in Tevin Farmer and Mickey Bay. Now, my thing is, why would the fuck that they have it in Prescott Valley, Arizona? Ain't nobody finna go to that. It's hot as a motherfucker out there. Like, that shit sound hot. That shit sound like it's 120 degrees right now. Prescott Valley, that shit sound like, I know, because I stay in Arizona. So that shit sound like that shit is 120 degrees right now. I never had heard of it until I seen it on the fly. I said, what the fuck is Prescott Valley? That shit hot as a motherfucker. Don't nobody live out there. And I said, why the fuck is they having Mickey Bay and Tevin Farmer fight in Prescott Valley? I don't know. I have no idea why. Shit, you know what I'm saying? You got me. But I'm definitely, I hope I can watch it and support it. I would like to go out there. But that shit too hot for me. I like I said, I don't know nothing about no Prescott Valley. I would like to go out there, but I don't know nothing about that place. Never heard of it. I never heard of anybody live in Prescott Valley or none of that. But yeah, let's get to the talk. Let's get to it. What's happening
out there fighting mountain lion?
Huh? You froze up, OTB. OTB then froze up. The motherfucker OTB playing the mannequin game. Bro? What you playing the mannequin game on us right now? You keep freezing up, boy. You look like you in the Matrix.
I froze up.
Yeah, boy. You better get some. Hey,
I
nigga,
know it was doing it on.
Hey, you better get some more lightning on your green screen, boy. You fading out over there. OTB, you can't have a green screen in the dark, nigga. That shit ain't gonna work. you got to put some lighting. Hey, people be asking me how come I don't have my background no more? Because I had my shit lit up well. I said, man, them motherfucking lights was burning the fuck out of me. I told Money was like, man, that shit. Money was laughing because I said, man, I'll be on my live sweating and shit, nigga. Armpits be sweating, motherfucking shirt be sweating. Them lights was burning the hell out of me. I said, ain't no more green screen for my ass. Them motherfucking lights on that green screen be hot as hell when you have it lit up the right way. That shit, hey, I did have Money throw up laughing. I said, man, I told Money, I said, man, I had to get out that motherfucking live. I said, nigga, I was sweating this shit. Blue Blood, what's happening with it? Blue, what's doing with it? Man, motherfucking fan running in the background, air conditioning on motherfucking 68 and shit. Hey, but y'all hit the like, but we finna start cooking on these topics. We definitely finna start cooking on these topics. Keith Thurman, man.
You can have your air on igloo. Your air still gonna be
hot,
sweating
man.
bullets.
Yeah, I was like, man, enough of this green screen and shit. It's cool if you got it like Blue Blood be having his. Like Blue Blood just have the green screen and he don't have no graphics in the background, so he don't have to put all them big ass lights on it, right? But if you got the graphics in the background, if you want that shit to work right, you gotta have them big ass fucking lights, and that shit be hot in the motherfucker, bro.
Damn.
But yeah,
there we go.
Laura Staten said Prescott AZ is Dope Fiend Central. Oh man, I don't know, bro. Like I said, I never had heard of it, but you know, definitely, you know, I want to support Mickey Bay and Tevin Farmer. I definitely want to support that fight. Right. Whatever I got to do to, you know, order that fight, I'm gonna be looking to order it. I don't know how, but I'm gonna get. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get with Blue Blood and figure out, you know, how we could watch that fight. You know, how to order that fight. But man, let's talk about
that fight at. You know where it's at, bro?
It's in Prescott Valley, Arizona. I don't know. I looked it up. Dang. It's like a small town, I guess. Small town. Yeah. Yeah, I never had heard of it. But
salute to Mickey Bay and Tevin Farm.
Yeah. That I'm looking forward to seeing that though.
Matter of fact, shout out to Blue. He was helping promote that fight, man, when they was first pushing that fight.
Yep. He was helping promote that.
Facts.
Coach Primetime Colbert says he says someone got shot up in Prescott AZ. He says last week. Yeah, I like I said, he says a 17-year-old shot some other youngin in the head. Yeah, I never heard of it, man. I ain't never heard of it. Money, what's happening with it?
Keith was going down, bro. OTB was going down, champ.
What's happening, brother?
Chilling like a villain. Coming
yes,
to cook.
Sir. Yes, sir.
That Tevin Farm and that Mickey Bay. I was hollering that Tevin too, Keith. But even before that shit was made, him and Mickey Bay, bro. So we probably can get Tevin ass on the show. But you say they fight next week?
They fight next week, yeah.
That's next week.
Yeah.
Hey, salute to the homies. Money, the only undefeated debater currently on the TKO debate series out here cooking boys. Got my boy OTB, got everything boxing. Shout out to everybody up here on the card, man. Salute to you, brother.
Salute, not.
Knockout for going down, bro.
Chilling, man.
Upper echelon, man. I keep forgetting your upper echelon. I keep forgetting your email. I keep forgetting your email, man. Just drop me the first 3 letters of your email, and I'll type it in. It'll come up when. Just put. You ain't gotta put your whole email. Just put the first 3 letters. But yeah, man. Let's get into this Keith Thurman shit, right?
Yes, sir.
Because Keith Thurman, right? Like I said on Money's channel, we cooked on this. And my thing with Keith Thurman, y'all, is Keith Thurman, he coming out on some just weirdo shit to me. You know what I'm saying? First of all, bro, they then offered you. He talking about, oh man, well shit, I'll take a Jake Paul fight. Tell Jake Paul to send the contract. I'll go. Like, you don't have no motherfucking business, no business at all, even talking about them sending you a Jake Paul contract. When Keith Thurman last fought, he talking about, oh, I'm back. It's the Keith Thurman show. I'm this and I'm that, and you know, I'm back now. Yeah. All that shit, right? They gave you Mario Barrios. You look good against Mario Barrios. You did your thing, right? But we looking for you to fight the top names besides Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, because we already know that they got their own shit coming up, right? So we didn't heard your name linked with Conor Ben. We heard your name with Jerron Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz. I mean, you could go down the list. All of them guys was willing to fight Keith Thurman. And he on here talking about some motherfucking Jake Paul. That's one problem I have with Keith Thurman. Second, you talking about that it's, you know, you back and Keith Thurman, everybody gonna see you talking all that shit. And then you disappeared. March, April, May, June, July. Well, you disappeared for damn near 6 months. Don't have a fight date. Nothing. And he could have fought again by now. He ain't want to fight Jerron Boots Ennis. So my biggest thing is Keith Thurman says, hey, you know, if y'all ain't got nobody to give me, you know, shit, if y'all ain't got nobody to give me to fight, I'll fight Jake Paul. Bro, what you mean they don't have nobody to give you? They've been trying to get you in there with fights, with fighters, and you don't want to fight none of them. He thinks that he's supposed to just basically overstep everybody and go straight into a Errol Spence or a Terence Crawford fight. Nah, bro, it don't work like that. They got their own business. You feel me? They got their own business. So it's all these other wolves out here calling your name out, ready to run it with you, and you don't want no smoke. And then you got the nerve enough to say, oh man, if they won't get me nobody to fight, they can't get me. See, he won't fight none of them dudes like a Conor Ben or Jerron Boots Ennis or even a Stanionis. None of them dudes, right? He don't want to fight none of them guys unless they pay him $10 million or more. But you out here acting like you've been trying to get a fight, but they won't get you a fight. I like Keith Thurman, man. Like, I always take up for Keith Thurman because I feel like, you know, a lot of y'all be going too hard on Keith Thurman sometimes. You know, y'all don't really give him his just due and his credit for the things that he done in the sport. But man, this some clown ass shit. Now I'm starting to see what y'all saying about Keith Thurman. And Keith Thurman no more. He ain't really in it no more. And upper echelon, I got you. Keith Thurman really ain't in it no more. You know what I'm saying? What y'all think about that shit that Keith Thurman was talking? And then we'll get to what he said about Danny Garcia, but we're gonna, you know, touch on this real quick. What you got, OTB?
Man, you know I ain't for Keith shit. There's somebody who don't get better in the ring. We done watched his whole career. He ain't took none of the fights that we wanted to see him fight. As far as I'm concerned, man, Keith is him fighting Jake Paul is the place where he need to be. because them the type of fights that he gave us throughout his career. That's just the type of fighter he is. We ain't gonna talk about Keith 10 years from now, and we still gonna be talking boxing, watching boxing, in the sport of boxing. I don't know that it's a place for him in the sport of boxing. Not as a promoter. Well, anybody can promote, but I just don't know that, you understand, that it's a place for him, and we gonna have a reason to talk about him. When you talk about everything he accomplished in the short time period he did, man, shit, Keith was on pace where we should be talking about him. He should be passing the torch. But instead, you don't want to fight nobody because you don't want to get better inside the ring. We don't know if you dedicated to the sport or if you just don't love the sport. But whatever it was, it led us to for your career to be in the outlook that it is. And shit, as far as I'm concerned, ain't no place in boxing for Keith. You don't want to fight no young boys. You ain't no place in boxing for him, man. And all of that come when you don't get better in the ring. Just because you don't get better in the ring, then you don't have that confidence in yourself to fight nobody that we know that we want to see you fight. So, shit, as far as that's concerned, it's time for Keith to hang it up in my book.
Bruh. Hey, you gonna say Keith ain't did more than Jake Paul? Man, come on, bro. You can't do that to Keith.
Nah, I'm saying that's the level that's the level of fights that he's saying he want to give us, bro. Like, right, shit, you fought Danny Garcia and you fought Sean Porter. Now, 10 years from now, you understand, who's to say well, we know how we gonna view Danny Garcia at 154. And Sean Porter, you understand, I don't know how much we'll validate that win. I don't know how much validation that'll have. Right, so, right. Shit, when you look at it, bro, yeah. Other than that, it's slow for Keith. You got a Robert Guerrero, you understand, man, shit. Interim titles, hey, that's Jake Paul shit.
Damn. Aisha, salute. She said Keith and AB might as well fight exhibitions like Floyd.
10 years ago, we wanted to see that shit. Nobody want to see that shit now.
No, she said they might as well fight.
Keith out here looking bad, Money. What you got, Money?
Well, I'm with you on that, Keith. When you said OTB, when he tried to say Keith, you got to give him credit for Dan. You got to give him credit for Sean because he fought them motherfuckers when they was who they were, and he fought Diego Chavez, so he got recognition on his name. That's the reason why Keith used to, my brother Keith used to take up for the Negro because he do got recognition on his name. It's just that now, like you said, Keith, ever since he got married, he got to playing that motherfucking flute, right? He got soft. You know what I'm saying? He got soft. Keith used to want to fight with every motherfucker, but he went and got soft, bro. He went and got married. She don't like him taking punches to the face and shit like that, right? He got that big ass payday against Manny Pacquiao. And it's like he started feel like he's on that level. That's what happened to them when they started getting a big payday like that. They started to feel like that they're on that level to where they supposed to get that payday no matter what now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, I did this and I did that. And, you know, he stayed looking at what Earl doing for as how Earl just fought fucking Danny and Porter. And he feel like, oh, well, he getting his recognition on fighting them. But I've been beat them. But it's a different momentum and it's a different way of doing the shit. Because when you beat them, you had a whole momentum going for yourself. And you was the top shotter. But you let that fucking flame fade out. Especially after you lost to Pacquiao and took the fucking 2-year hiatus. You ran away from the fucking game. And then, like he said, the younger cats coming up. And now you in mention with to fight them because Earl and fucking and Bud got all the scraps now. You know what I'm saying? So by them having all the scraps, that's the biggest fight in boxing. You gonna be stuck in that class right there with them young killers on the rise because they putting themselves in the top 10. You know what I'm saying? So they putting themselves in the top 10 and you sitting your ass right there, you're not getting an Errol Spence or Terence Crawford fight. So for you to get back in that position, you're gonna have to fight one of them killers. Danny at 54, you ain't taking your ass to 54. Sean gone, right? So now you're looking at them other young killers, they in the top 10. And they ain't moving out the way. They putting themselves in position to fight for a world title. And before you. You know what I'm saying? So if Earl was to stay at 47, we know he's not going to stay at 47. But if he was to stay at 47, then Jerron Booth Enders and Virgil Ortiz is ahead of you in title bouts. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have to fight them one way or another. And that's why I keep saying They right there looking to fight your motherfucking ass while you trying to make it like you don't have a fight put in position when you know you got a fight put in position because your name still holds some weight. That's why them young bulls want to fight you because they know if they knock your ass off, they'll really solidify them. And if you knock them off and solidify you, put you back in that position. But your heart is not in it 100% like that. You looking for the big bags, you want to move out the way. And you know that Jake Paul got a nice little bag sitting right there for your ass. So you willing to fight a Jake Paul. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I get what he on, bro. You know what I'm saying? He know he ain't finna be around for too much longer. He know that himself. So why not try to chase a big bag and shit like that? Oh, I can go fight Jake Paul, who at 200 plus motherfucking pounds, right? And if I go up there and get that, even if the shit don't go how predicted to go, I still make a nice fucking payday. I go on pay-per-view, and I can use that shit to try to use that for leverage against the boys at 47, which ain't gonna work for his ass. So at the end of the day, man, keep 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Keep trying to pick up him some big ass bags, you know, to keep buying flutes and to keep his woman draped and dappered and whatever the fuck she like, and then he gonna move on out the way. But right now, his heart ain't all the way in the game, bro. And I don't see him getting an Errol Spence fight, and I really can tell you I don't see him getting a Terence Crawford fight. You know, so we'll see what he do with his career this far, because either way it go, Keith, you got to see one of them young bulls. You got to see one of them.
If he gonna, you know what I'm saying, he think he gonna be able to skip over all of them. Nah, they ain't gonna let you do that, bro. Look at this. Hey, look at this dude, Keith Thurman. Look at him, bro. Look at him. Hey, old girl, daddy looking at him like, hey, yeah, you better not fuck up. You better not fuck up. Look at Keith Thurman ass.
But you know what the problem is with Thurman, though? See, Thurman trying to get the most money for the least amount of work. That's what he's trying to do. And see, Thurman had the momentum, but see, things done changed because now Thurman, when he was out there, he was young and hungry. If you notice, when he got to that Danny Garcia fight, you see he started running near the end of the fight. See, the way it was at first, we would see Keith Thurman, he'd come out there, but then when he started taking them body shots, you see he started showing his vulnerabilities. We didn't even see him vulnerable like that at first. And then, you know, everybody like Josito Lopez and them, they started hitting that man in his body, giving him that work. And then he seen that young killer Errol Spence. He knew he didn't want that type of action. So he sat there and ducked and dunked and ran from that man any kind of daggone way. Man, bro, I'm talking. Go on, man, I'm talking. Damn rude ass. Sorry about that, y'all. No, I'm just saying, motherfucker.
Hey, old boy said Thurman tried to secure that bag so he get that same hair treatment Floyd did.
Yeah. He trying to get that bag, but see, he not trying to daggone. He wasn't trying to daggone. Well, Floyd tried to give him that damn bag to fight Earl, but he wasn't going for that. See, Thurman, he wanted the path of least resistance. See, he seen Floyd as an older guy, and he felt like he can take that. See, Thurman, he don't want none of these young, fresh, new fighters right now. That's why he gets excited when you got fighters like Danny Garcia or Ugas mention his name, because he feel like those are fighters in his class, like they're around my age, so I can sit there and I can do to them. But he ain't wanting none of these young, faster, and quicker fighters right there, because he know the next generation is younger, quicker, and stronger. And he already know, like when he came back from Barrios, man, he looked all right, but you know he was flat-footed. He wasn't on his toes like that. He had picked up. The man was brawling. He wasn't the Keith Thurman we was used to seeing. That man had so much daggone muscles on his daggone body, he was brawling. He was slower. He wasn't as fluid as he used to. He looked kind of mechanical with his punches. And you know, right now, he know he fought one of these little young thugs. They're going to take him out. They're going to take him out. He's not used to it. Only time we'll see Thurman in a good fight is if it's against Danny Garcia or Ugas or somebody from the old school. If it ain't none of them, he's not getting them one of them young bucks. And the only reason he want to fight Spence or Crawford is because they got the belts. And he feel like the biggest fight should have his name in there, but he had the chance, but he ran. He got that second belt, and then he's got comfortable and enjoyed being a champion. See, that's what happened when people become champions. It even happened to Earl when he became a champion. You know, you lose that fire, you lose that hunger, you lose what it takes to get there. And you get complacent. You ain't got that hunger no more. And then, you know, your skills diminish because you're not taking it seriously. And he got used to that championship lifestyle, and Keith didn't want to give that up. That's why he stalled it out, and then he lost to Pacquiao. Now he's trying to get back there because, you know, once a champion, you always a champion. You love that lifestyle. You can't just go without being a champion.
Yeah. You right. Keith, man, he don't want none of that smoke, man. Keith don't. But so I want to go and I'm gonna start from with you. And then I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna go to money, and then I'm gonna go to OTB. But I want to talk about Keith. You know, he answered Danny Garcia. He said, yeah, he said he'll take that Danny Garcia fight at 154. He said, man, I beat that boy with bone spurs in my elbow. I beat that boy with bone spurs. He can't fuck with me. Danny Garcia ain't never been on my level. He can't never fuck with me. I beat him. He said I beat him, and I wasn't even nowhere near 100% because I had bone spurs. Now, that to me, that's a potentially big fight. You know, Danny Garcia got a name. Keith Thurman got a name. Keith Thurman gonna talk all of that shit. A lot of people. You got people that still think that Danny Garcia should have won that fight, which I don't know what they were watching, but and you got Danny Garcia swearing up and down, him and his daddy swearing up and down that they beat Keith Thurman. And you got Danny Garcia saying that Keith Thurman has been lying to the fans that he's the one that hurt Keith Thurman's elbow. Keith Thurman didn't come in there with bone spurs in his elbow. He made that shit happen. So
he hit him in that shot.
It's a lot of history. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of history. Like I said, in the build-up of that fight. Is that a fight that y'all would want to see? And who would y'all pick to win in that fight if they did run it back at 154?
You know what? I would pick Danny Garcia to win that fight, and I'm gonna tell you why. I've seen what Keith Thurman looked like on his way back. I seen what he looked like when he came back to 147. Like I said, he picked on too much muscle mass, and he wasn't as fluid. Danny has done got faster since he done went to 154. He's not gonna be that same sit down and wait on the punch. Danny, he's gonna attack Keith this time. Plus, you know, no matter what Keith do, he's still too soft to the midsection. And the way Danny was throwing them combos to the midsection on Benavidez, it's gonna be a different shot. Plus, Danny was slipping and jiving, he was ducking and moving. He was looking like a boxer. He was a boxer puncher in that fight right there. And Keith wasn't looking that fluid when he was going against Mario Barrios. Plus, that's an additional 6 pounds on Keith. And Keith hasn't fought nobody at 154 yet. Sure, Danny is a natural lightweight, but Keith coming up there, your first fight at 154, you're still going to get acclimated. And if he's still looking the way he did that first fight, that's even more pounds added on to him, so he's going to be a little bit slower. And see, Danny's still been training, and Danny also, like I said, iron sharpens iron. Danny's went in there against Spence, and you can tell the difference in Danny's style after he fought Spence to when he fought David Benavidez. He threw some of the wrinkles that Spence did to him, he was doing to David Benavidez. That's like I say, iron sharpens iron. When you play a master in chess and they keep beating you or they beat you, you pick up things to your game to make you better. The way Danny was controlling with the jab, the way he was working the body. He looked like a miniature Spence out there on Benavidez. The way he was doing little subtle movements and the way he was moving his head. Like I did a transpose of Danny and Spence. And he did some of Spence's, he was using some of Spence's technique, the way he shift and transpose and go to the body. I mean, like he learned it. And see, he's going against that competition while Keith Thurman steady fighting cans as he coming back, talking about he's making his way back. Keith ain't in the gym enough, and Keith ain't fighting enough people to get the experience to elevate. See, Danny remembers their last fight. So he has that in his mind. And that Keith Thurman now is not even that Keith Thurman no more. His skills have regressed while Danny has progressed. So I see Danny beating Keith, maybe even stopping him to the body because we don't know if Barrios was more athletic, he could have stopped Keith to the body, to knock his mouthpiece out. Even Keith admitted it. If the man was more athletic, more quick, and enough to get up on him, he would have stopped him. So I picked Danny in that. But the reason why Keith's so happy about it, because, like I said, it's one of the fighters from the old school who Keith thinks he can beat. He thinks it's somebody that he can beat or somebody that he's beaten before. Like I said, he'll jump out the door to fight Ugas or Danny Garcia or somebody that's been around already. He don't want none new smoke, but he'll take some old smoke any day.
Yeah, and let me read this super chat. Let me get this super chat. My man Dark 80s, baby. He says, who did Thurman beat for that belt? He lost to Pac-Man. He beat
Guerrero.
Yeah, Robert Guerrero. Robert the Ghost Guerrero. Yeah, that's who he beat to get. Nah, he had two belts. Wait, yeah, no.
He beat the WB. He
beat Guerrero. He beat Guerrero and Danny Garcia.
He had dropped Danny Garcia. Showtime Sean Porter had the Danny Garcia belt because he dropped it because of his arm. Remember, he had lost that Danny Garcia belt before.
They stripped him of that shit.
They stripped him of that a year later.
And
he beat Robert Guerrero for his only title.
And we trying to get.
That's why Sean Porter and Danny fought for it.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on for a second. Y'all hit the like button. Smash on the like button.
Smash that like button, man. It's too many people
in the building. Hit the like button. It don't cost nothing to hit the like button. Now, we trying to get G5 Gabe to 1,000 subs. We trying to get the homie G5 Gabe to 1,000 subs. His link is pinned in the chat. Make sure that y'all hit the pin link. You know what I'm saying? And go sub to G5 Gabe. Go sub to him. The
early morning. Man, got the early morning show that lasts you all morning. Get you ready to go to work and while you at work.
So we trying to get him to 1,000 subs. So make sure that y'all help that out and go in there and sub to the channel. It's free.
And sub the OTB. Sub the OTB. Get him up to 1,000.
Go sub to OTB. OTB Boxing Class 101. Man, he just put the film study of Savannah Marshall
and
Clarissa Shields up. Dope ass video. Make sure that y'all go check that out. And my man Coach in the building. Glove Up Boxing and more. Y'all don't forget at 8 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Central time on Friday. Make sure that y'all sub so y'all can go check out the Couples Corner show. Man, that's a dope show that he got.
That is.
And it gets you away from boxing. And you know, hey, it's dope. Y'all need to go check that out every Friday.
Man, you gonna learn something from watching that show. I'm telling y'all,
really
man. You gonna take something from that show.
And I'm gonna tell you something. If y'all love film study and great breakdowns and seeing stuff that you ain't never seen in the fight, like stuff that you might have missed, I'm telling you, better take that OTB boxing class because he'll pull up some stuff that you ain't even think you seen in the fight. Yeah, he'll break it down to the smallest cuticle for you so you can see what the real pundits get to see.
And he put a lot of work in too. He put a lot of work in.
Exactly.
And my man Emmanuel H, A1 Hoop Zone in the building. He already got his link in the chat. Make sure that y'all go sub to Emmanuel H, A1 Hoop Zone. He giving you all of the basketball news coming out. You know, he kept us up on free agency. And, you know, we got basketball coming right back around the corner. And yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I don't even know about basketball, but I'm learning because of his channel.
Make sure that y'all go sub to A1 Hoop Zone. And me and Money, man, we trying to put something together for NFL season, man. We trying to.
Let me be a part of that.
Yeah, you know, I'm doing something together for
NFL season, man. You know, but Money, man, cook on this.
All right, yeah, man. For me, I would my man, bro. I feel like Danny will win that fight myself. You know what I mean? It won't be a bad fight at 54 if Keith wants to go up to 54 and fight Danny, but will his ass go up to fight Danny? Like I seen he supposed to answer back, but I didn't see what he said. That's I haven't seen what he said yet to see how, you know what I mean, if he entertaining the shit or is he talking about staying at 47. But if he wants to go to 54 to fight Danny, which would be a cool scrap, right? We can't take nothing away from it. Both of them boys moving up. But I had seen some it was a fighter said something. It was interesting too. He like, shit, well, Danny didn't have to go to 54 to fight Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? He could have stayed at 47 to fight him. You feel me? But I guess he felt in his way he didn't want to make 47 and going through whatever he was going through. I guess the extra weight is kind of cool for him and shit like that. So I would pick Danny in that fight just because of what I was saying with Keith. I think he just 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And I think, you know, Danny is trying to turn up a new leaf. Like Danny is, he got boxing in his soul to where Keith probably got something different. You know what I mean? But Danny still got boxing in his soul to where he said he wanted to be a world champion at 54 to try to become a 3-division world champion. So, you know, he still fight for something. He putting himself in a position to fight for something. And he probably feel like fighting to Keith Thurman helps put him in that position, which I don't think so. because you got real motherfuckers at 54 that you're gonna have to fight to put yourself in position. But I just think that'll be a fight to help Danny try to, like he said, he gave me my first loss, so I like to get that back from him, or he'll like to fight. Like I don't know what the fuck Danny go to 54 and call out Laura at 55 and then call out Keith Thurman. Like that's some weird ass shit to me a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, if it was to take place with Danny and Keith Thurman, I pick Danny to stop his ass with a body shot. I think Danny go focus on the body. He won't even focus on no head shots with Keith Thurman. I think anybody that faces Keith Thurman now that's on that level just gonna be focused on his body, trying to break his ass down, then try to get his ass up out of there. So, I don't fancy it like at 54 because I forgot who said it shit, and I just saw it too. Like you could have fought Keith Thurman at fucking 47 if that was the case. If you're going up to 54 to try to fight them boys up there to fight for a world title, Keith Thurman not really, in the mix. He have to come up and he'll just be like you. He'll be in the same position as you was coming up trying to do some shit like that. So, it really don't it don't grind my gears and shit because I'm like, what the fuck do motherfuckers go to 54 to give us a rematch? It'll still be a cool scrap. I'm not saying the niggas that 54 that's out there on the limb is that much more better than Keith, but they real 54 pounder. We get that from them and shit. So, but if the fight has to take place at 54, I'm gonna roll with Danny on that one. I think Danny will stop Keith fast at the body. I can say, God damn. Yeah, I think Danny will stop Keith fast to the body on that fight, bro.
Yeah, I got Danny Garcia. I agree with Money. Like I said, I think we was talking about this the other day. Man, I got Danny stopping Keith Thurman to the body. I like the body work that Danny he was putting in his last fight. And if he was doing it to Jose Benavidez, what y'all think he gonna do to Keith Thurman to the body? You know what I'm saying? And we got to think, man. Yeah, Jose Benavidez he only had 2 fights in 4 years. Upper echelon, turn your mic off because you got a lot of noise.
Yeah, you got a lot of echo.
Let me ask you one question real quick, bro, and then I'm gonna do this real quick. Let me ask you a question. You see how Keith Thurman, you see how they moved him to number 1 in the WBC, right? You know how they done made Keith Thurman the number 1 contender for the WBC belt.
Yeah.
All right. What about this? What if he move up to 154 to fight Danny? If Charlo vacates, they can make that a title eliminator fight, him and Danny Garcia, to see who can pick up that strap.
Nah, we don't want to see that. They already got that shit. The guys that want
that shit already.
They already in order. They can't. They don't get to jump no fucking line.
Watch what I tell you now.
No front doors.
Down at 147.
I don't want to see that though.
I don't want to see it, but Keith Thurman done turned into a politician. You see, he just jumped over top of Boots and Virgil. He's number 1 now.
Yeah, but let me finish my point. I was getting to. What I was saying is that, man, you see what he did to Jose Benavidez, right? Now, yeah, Jose Benavidez, everybody's like, oh man, well, Jose Benavidez only had fought 2 fights in 4 years, and that's true. That's true. But Danny Garcia, that was his first fight in over almost 2 years, almost 2 years. That was his first fight. So he had been out too. And so I think that he brought in a great game plan because that body work to me was the difference in the fight with Jose Benavidez. We know that Jose Benavidez was way stronger than him, way bigger than him. But Danny Garcia, that jab to the body, them straight rights to the body, right? He was stopping Jose Benavidez and he was making him reset every time he would come forward. And I think that Danny Garcia displayed a great ring IQ. And as far as if he get in the ring with somebody like Keith Thurman, he gonna be confident because, like my man Upper Echelon said, that's one of the old school cats that he's already been in the ring with. You know what I'm saying? And he really feels that he beat Keith Thurman. So he gonna have a chip on his shoulder anyway. And then he gonna think that he got an advantage because Keith Thurman coming up to a weight class that he ain't never fought at before. You feel what I'm saying? So I definitely mentally, right? The mental aspect of the game. I think mentally, Danny Garcia already gonna have a victory coming into that fight over Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman head ain't in the game. And then overall, I think that and Keith Thurman already admitted that Danny Garcia is the hardest puncher he ever been hit by. Y'all don't forget about that. So that's giving Danny Garcia even more confident. Like, this motherfucker don't want to feel my power. He already kind of scared of my power. So yeah, I got Danny Garcia definitely stopping him to the body. But you know, it is what it is. We might see that fight too. That's a fight we might see. We're gonna see if both of them really, really want it like that, and both of them talk that shit and push forward, then we could get that fight. And oh yeah, off subject. 817.
He's Saudi.
Hey, 817, off subject. Man, Scotty was calling your ass out relentlessly.
Talking that shit.
He was disrespectful in the motherfucker. Talking about he know your bitch. This is what he was saying. You know, you my boy. But he was saying, you know, he was like, I know his bitch ass in the background watching and he's scared to come out. Yeah, I know he up in here watching with his bitch ass. Tell him I want him. So he said he wanted to debate. Money already set it up on this channel. You know? Money set it up on this channel already. He said that he need that debate on his channel. So Money already set that shit up. Scotty was talking real motherfucking greasy, and he want that debate with 817. You know, I'll let Money touch on it for a minute.
Go ahead, Money, tell him.
Yeah, A1, but I told him you'll come through. I told him, A1, my brother, he ain't ducking nothing, right? And you know, it's gonna be to the point to where y'all can talk y'all shit. Y'all want to talk y'all shit, but you know, both of y'all got to be able to get y'all shit off. So you know, he feel like that we was gonna try to jump him. I told him we ain't gonna jump you over there, man. A1 can hold his own shit. You know what I'm saying? A1 can hold his own. You know, Scotty gonna hold his own. So you know, we just gotta hit A1 up and see when he available. That's all.
And tell him, Money, we gonna have a dual moderator. You understand? So it won't just be one sided. Ain't gonna be no yelling.
Ain't gonna be nobody up there but me, him, and Scotty. That's it.
You know, we gonna be right there. Ain't gonna be nobody talking over nobody.
Yeah, nobody gonna be talking over nobody.
Yelling.
Yeah, so
it ain't gonna be none of that disrespectful shit neither. Y'all can't get on there cussing each other out and calling each other all type of bitches and hoes and shit. We gonna have a clean debate and we gonna see, you know, hey.
But if y'all want to do all of that, our face-offs will be held at OTB Boxing Class 1-on-1. Come talk your shit.
If y'all get to that, you know what I'm saying, we can do the glove up, gun down joint. Y'all get in the ring and, you know, y'all can get in the ring and, you know, throw the gloves on if we get to that point, you know, on some, and we can profit off of it.
Yeah, like Border Wars.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying, if we get to that point.
Yeah, A1, but we need you to pop up. We know you're not gonna run from Scott.
Why, OTB?
Yeah, don't worry about me, A1. You better worry about Scott LaRock.
Hey, OTB look like my
just
idea
bring me your boss.
Hey, OTB look like my idea that took traction and going everywhere now, ain't it?
And that shit everywhere. Everybody brains be cooking, boy.
I brought that debate up a couple weeks ago. Now everybody debating. I like that shit.
Me and Money, we actually started that shit a long time ago.
Yeah, they been doing that shit.
We put in work, so you know what I'm saying. We put in work so swiftly. Motherfuckers were scared to come on and debate us. All shit, World Combat in the building. Hey, see, World Combat, he pop up like Bill Haney. He said, "Y'all motherfuckers thought I wasn't in here.
You did?
I'm here.
Don't talk that shit.
I'm here.
You worry about me.
You gotta reverse that. Bill Haney pop up like World Combat.
Popping up on shit. Pop up like World Combat.
Yeah, he pop up like World Combat. Scotty been popping up on shit.
Scotty pull up game tough.
Scotty, that's just me, man. Like everybody,
that's gonna be a good one.
Talk they shit in
I already know. I ain't gonna agree with shit that Scotty say, but you know, in a debate, it ain't really about that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really about that. It's about, you know, who can get their point across and smoothly and transition in and out. You know,
facts,
so
man.
Yeah,
and persuade the people.
And persuade the people, because I know I ain't gonna agree with shit that Scotty is saying, but that don't mean, you know, hey, he can't still win the debate. But like I said, I'm just gonna be in the audience. I'm just gonna be, you know,
you ain't even gotta be right. Just make it sound good.
Right.
I said 8-1, A1, 8-1, not A1.
Yeah.
Let me my man Tab, accountability partner, says good convo today. He said let's go ahead and put Danny in with Fortuna. For Fundora. I don't know why I said Fortuna. Fundora. Oh man, that shit would be Danny didn't get his motherfucking ass beat by Fundora. He too big, he too long, and he's too active. That's Danny Garcia kryptonite.
Yeah, that's
somebody that throw punches in bunches and don't stop and got a gas tank like Fundora. That's a nightmare for Danny Garcia. That should be real ugly. Oh no, I ain't giving.
Hey, y'all can get it in. Y'all can get it in tonight if y'all want to. Scott
me and
we got battles tonight.
Me and Southern T going tonight.
Oh, y'all in?
Then we gonna have to knock out and do the right side face up.
I thought
tomorrow.
It's tonight, money. That's tonight.
Oh, I thought OTB and BLTB supposed to be going tonight.
Nah, we next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday? How the fuck y'all next Wednesday? You niggas supposed to be going for Key and Southern T.
Nah, we wasn't supposed to be going before Key and Southern T. We just got announced before Key and Southern T, but schedules be, I mean.
Oh, well, I'm gonna watch Key put this body down then. You know what I mean?
Hey man, don't slip on my stable mate, man.
I'm gonna watch Key put this body down.
I know Key brought me into this shit, but don't slip on T.
I'm not giving World Combat no link, because if I give World Combat a link, I gotta get 817 a link, and I ain't giving damn one of y'all niggas no link to get up here and
next Thursday. Knockout say we next Thursday.
Y'all niggas not get up here. Y'all ain't gonna get up here and cuss each other out and fuck the show up today. We got business to handle.
Hey, Money and Key, y'all be on the lookout for me and OTB show. We got us a debate thing coming with me and him going at it every day.
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
Yes,
where we gonna talk about universal topics. You understand? Who got the best verse? What's the Sheik? What's Sheik Luch best favorite verse of yours? What's Tupac best verse? You understand? We gonna touch a little bit of hip hop, a little bit of wrestling. Yeah, I mean, favorite wrestler of all time, favorite move of all time. You dig?
Go at it on Bud and Spence every day, so you know that.
Yeah. I'm gonna be looking forward to that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody fucking with Ron Simmons with the Jerry curl, went in there, you know what I'm saying, in that cage and beat Lex Luger ass.
Ooh, I might say Jimmy Flash Snooker give him a run for his money, man.
Nigga, Ron Simmons with the Jerry curl, nigga, at WCW. Nigga, bet, come on, man.
Man, you talking about Bret Hart when he came back mad at the world?
Nah. When he beat Big Van Vader in the cage for when he won the first ever real black champion, you know.
Okay, well, what about Art Anderson and Barry Windham? And you got the Junkyard Dog.
Man, that's the Four Horsemen. You know what I'm saying? That's back when they broke. That was back in the late '80s when in the NWA.
You know, I'm in my 40s, baby. I'm in my 40s.
In the NWA, that was back when they broke Lex Luger's leg.
Yes, favorite submission move. You understand?
Dean Malenko put him in
They jumped Lex Luger and shit.
Yeah, Dean Malenko put him in the Dean Malenko put him in it.
Nah, I'm talking about when the Four Horse
R. Anderson, it was R. Anderson, Barry Windham,
with Arn Anderson and all them, and they jumped Lex Luger and shit.
Yeah, Dean Malenko was in there too.
Nah, hell nah, bro.
Oh, you talking about the one with
the debate's gonna be on Knockout TV, too.
Nah,
I seen some people
I'm talking about NWA back in the late '80s.
But Scotty 817 gonna be on Monty Brown TV
back then.
I'm talking about the
Me
Four
and BF
on
back
then.
With Barry Windham.
Let's get Kwame, what's happening with it? What's good with it, Kwame? Let's get to this talk with Bob Arum. Let's talk about Bob Arum for a minute, man. Let's talk about what Bob Arum had to say about Terence Crawford. Bob Arum, hold on, let me send hold on real quick. So Bob Arum, man, he came out and he said a lot. Bob Arum wasn't holding nothing back. And I hear people saying that Bob Arum was snitching, right? But I'm gonna say it like this. Bob Arum, ain't no such thing as Bob Arum snitching. Bob Arum, first of all, that's a 90-year-old man. Bob Arum ain't in no streets. He ain't doing none of that, right? That's just like you living in a goddamn gated community with nothing but white folks, and you expect your white neighbor across the street not to tell on you. You ain't gonna call them no snitch. You expect them to tell on you if you do some shit. You feel what I'm saying? And that's so I'm not finna call Bob Arum no snitch because that shit doesn't pertain to him. But Bob Arum came out, and Bob Arum, first of all, he said about the lawsuit. He said, ain't no more motherfucking lawsuit. He said that they petitioned to have it sent to a Supreme Court or something like that. And so Terence Crawford and his people had to refile within a certain amount of time. And he said it's been like 6 months. And Terence Crawford and his team, they just left it alone. They ain't said nothing else about the suit. He said, so yeah, they took that shit off the table and they said, you know, fuck it. We ain't gonna go through with it. So yeah, Crawford ain't no more lawsuit. Now, what he said on top of that, and salute to Southern T for putting me on this. What was it, last night? I was in there listening to Southern T. Was it last night or this morning?
It was last night.
Okay, yeah, last night I was listening because I was so damn tired, bro. I couldn't even remember if it was last night or this morning. But yeah,
man,
so
if y'all don't know, sub the Southern T, man. He was working his ass off, man.
So last night, listen to Southern T, and Southern T put me up on this game. Bob Arum, right? Bob Arum says, and y'all know I really don't talk about the Daniel Kinahan situation and all that because that ain't really none of my business what that man was doing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever he was doing, right? But Bob Arum says, hey, we think that Daniel Kinahan put Terence Crawford up to the lawsuit. We think that you know what I'm saying? He said, that's what I think. He said, Daniel Kinahan is the one that had him, you know, put that lawsuit on me. And Bob Arum comes and he says, I know that Terence Crawford was dealing with Daniel Kinahan because he came to me and told me that Daniel Kinahan was his business partner. This is what Bob Arum said. He said, he said, Bud Crawford came to me personally and told me that this is my business partner. Me and Daniel Kinahan are business partners, and this is who's gonna be representing me and doing all my business for me from now on. So, you know, this is what Bob Arum said. Now, people running around talking about Bob Arum as a snitch, Bob Arum told, and you know all of that. But like I said, man, y'all need to stop using that snitch word because that shit doesn't pertain to Bob Arum. What in the streets like this? This is a 90-year-old man. A 90-year-old man. Motherfucker, he gonna tell it. If you do a motherfucking crime in front of a 90-year-old white man and expect for him not to tell on you, you was a goddamn fool. You know what I'm saying? You was a motherfucking fool if you do a crime in front of a 90-year-old white man and expect that man not to tell on you. That man gonna tell on you. That's just what it is. You know, and I don't expect nothing more, nothing less. It is what it is. But, you know, and Bob Arum, to me, it's like, okay, this motherfucker tried to sue me. Now it ain't no more suit. Now I'm going to tell on this motherfucking monkey ass. I'm going to tell everything that I knew. I knew he was working with. I'm going to tell who I knew he was working with, how long I knew he was working with him. And yeah, motherfucker, yeah, you shouldn't have sued me. You know what I'm saying? Never, nigga, you never bite the hand that feeds you, nigga. Suck it, nigga. Suck it. Y'all don't know what movie that's from. That's from Dead Presidents when Cuddy pulled up. When Cuddy got that nigga in the stairway.
I was trying to say it. I was on mute.
Yeah, when Cuddy got that nigga in the stairway, hit that nigga in the head with the suck it, nigga. Suck it. You never bite the hand that feeds you, nigga. And he was sucking on that lollipop. Suck it, nigga. Hey, yeah. You know, so yeah, that's what Bob Arum said. Nigga, you never bite the hand that feeds you. And Bob Arum telling on his ass. It is what it is, you know. Bob Arum is telling on this motherfucking monkey ass. Yeah, you ran over there and you thought you was slick trying to sue me. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I'm gonna tell everything on your motherfucking ass. OTB, man, what you got, dog?
Let me say this before OTB goes. Scotty, man, come through. It's gonna be neutral, man. I'm not trying to hear that. You wanted to smoke. 817 agreed to the smoke. Both of y'all gonna be able to get y'all shit off. Don't say that money ain't a neutral channel because it's a neutral channel. What the fuck do I have to do with you and OTB going back and forth on whatever situation y'all going back and forth on? My fucking mouth is sealed. I ain't got nothing to say.
We ain't going in there like niggas ain't no cheerleaders, bro. We
that's y'all shit.
Yeah, that's y'all. That's what y'all got going on. Ain't nobody
gonna send you
with you and OT. I mean, you and 817. That's it.
And I ain't gonna send you in the bathroom. I know it. I know they in there waiting on you, Skylar Rock, man. Shit, I'm gonna tell you to go in there because I know he in there by himself, brody.
Bat 817 said you called me a snitch when I talked about it. I ain't call you a motherfucking thing. Like I said, first of all, and then second of all, we talking about some shit that Bob Arum just came out in the interview and was talking about extensively. So, you know, OTB, go ahead, man.
Ain't no sunshine when he gone. Shit. Real talk, man. He making it clear to you his stance on it. And of course, Bob Arum is going to protect his legacy.
Hey, hold on. 817. Why the fuck is you always talking about Canelo, bro? Ain't nobody said Canelo name this whole show. We've been on here an
That's
hour.
Where he always cheddar Bob himself, man. That's why
we've been on here an hour and 45 minutes, and ain't nobody said a cut or a Nello. But
none of that.
But you want to bring Canelo? What the fuck Canelo got to do with anything we talking about, bro? Come on, man. Cut the bullshit out. Go and let me get this super chat real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
Lania, the queen, is in the building. She says, salute to my little brothers, Key and Money. She says, peace and love to the rest of the panel. I just dropped in to hit the like button. I'm looking forward to the debate. Salute to you, queen, and I appreciate you always dropping in and showing love to the channel.
Hey, queen, how you doing? How you doing, queen?
Salute.
But yeah, man, ain't no sunshine when he gone, man. We know that Bob Arum gonna protect his legacy. You understand? And there's gonna be a lot more. It's gonna be a lot more back door, behind the doors talk that's gonna come out of this situation. That's gonna make a lot more revealing to us. This is just the beginning to me and that little feud and war. And to me, that just make it clear that bridge burnt. Ain't no going back on that side of the street. So if you thought you was gonna be able to walk over there and bust a few moves, you dig, hit a few licks, nah, that ain't happening. So you might as well go ahead and get ready. I hope that, you got your resources behind you. I hope that the support system's strong enough behind you, because shit, we know ain't no going back across the street, and we know how Al worked. You understand? So I think that really set the table in more ways than one for what we already knew when the lawsuit was filed, regardless of the details within it. You understand? I know that both people gonna protect their character. So I ain't surprised about the little pillow talk. You understand? But my thing is, I can't wait to see what else come out of this pillow talk. And the level of truth that's within it, because like I said, man, both people, every party got to protect their legacy at the end of the day. So I ain't surprised that Bob came out talking his shit. And I won't be surprised at what else come out. You understand? Because we know there's more to it than what Bob telling us, and there's more to it than what Bud and them saying. So shit, the rest of that to be determined. It's just gonna look worse and worse as this shit go on and this feud go on.
817, because I seen you talking about, maybe I mistook what you were saying, but I mean, I don't know. I just seen you bringing up Canelo, like, oh well, if it was Canelo, something. I'm like, bro, what is the fuck? What we talking about got to do with Canelo? But anyway, Money, man, what you think about Bob coming out, with the lawsuit saying that Bud and them, basically dropped the lawsuit, and that Bud came and told him, look, I'm working with Kinahan. This is my business partner. Me and him working hand in hand. What you think about Bob coming out and saying all that shit?
Well, I've been told niggas at first that court shit wasn't gonna last with Bob Arum, and that, he ain't that business savvy to take a motherfucker like Bob Arum, who is a lawyer himself from Harvard, knowing what he know, and go try to take him to court and beat him out on some shit when you done finished the whole contract out and got your money. You know what I'm saying? So I knew it was gonna be something within that shit in the first place when we was going back and forth on that court shit. Now him getting a couple dollars out of it, I didn't know how that was gonna play out because I knew that he had a fight on the table that was supposed to happen that didn't happen. So on that aspect of it, he probably could have got a couple dollars out of him. But on that shit where you was talking about, oh, he's suing him because he holding his career back and he treat me like this because I'm black and he didn't do all this and all that shit. And then you had black motherfuckers coming out protecting Bob. I knew that shit really wasn't gonna hold no weight, and Bob knew that shit wasn't gonna hold no weight. And Bob already knew that it was a weak case where he was trying to sue him on. You know what I mean? For as Bob coming out putting Bud out there on blast, it don't surprise me at all. He been putting his ass on blast, bro. He been putting him on blast, and Bo Mac and Bud been trying to, cover that shit up and try to make it as if it wasn't what it was when we knew what it was. And I kept telling people, Bob didn't give two fucks about Bud. He can walk away today and he won't give two fucks about him. So it don't surprise me that Bob coming out saying what he's saying. He's just shooting back at their ass. You know what I'm saying? He's shooting back at their ass and letting them know that, y'all making it as if y'all got this motherfucking great character going on as if y'all just a good guy and y'all trying to make me out to be the bad guy. But it don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? If you want to talk about it, let's talk about it. I'll put all this shit out there on your motherfucking ass and show why, promoters not jumping towards your ass, or show why you went in the rough of things and you only got one fight out there that you can go out there and make some money with. So shit, Bob ain't no bitch. Bob been in this game for 60, 70 plus years to let a motherfucker like Terence Crawford, one fighter, come and bring down this quarter. It ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna happen. Like, he gonna keep receipts and reports on every fighter that he got to save his ass. He's smart. You know what I mean? He's been smart. And that's why he lasted this long. So I don't think it's gonna be no motherfucking boxing that's gonna be able to knock Bob Arum off his motherfucking pedestal. The only thing that's gonna knock him off his high horse in his pedestal is death. That's it. And that motherfucker, he trying to beat death himself. So, at the end of the day, man, I want looking forward to Terence Crawford beating Bud and nothing. Beating Bob and nothing. I want looking forward to him beating Bob and nothing. And it's just Bob being Bob, as they say. You feel me? It's just Bob being Bob, a smart ass white man that go cover all his tracks on every aspect of his business that got to do with Top Rank. And for to take him down, you better have a whole lot of money and you better have a whole lot of motherfucking evidence. You know what I mean? So other than that, I knew it wasn't gonna go that far, bro, and I knew that they weren't gonna beat that man in that courtroom.
Yeah, man. You think that do y'all think that the shit that Bob said about, old boy, in Bud having dealings with him and Bud saying that, hey, this is my business partner. This is who I'm working hand in hand with. Now, do you think that the other promoters knew that and was like, yeah, we gonna stay away from Bud in that situation?
It could be possible, bro. But if you ask me, like, I didn't even know that. Like we know he went to Dubai. We know homie was in Dubai, right? So I didn't even know if they went and made a business plan happen or some shit like that, because MTK will come out and say this and say that. You feel me? But I wasn't gonna even touch on that shit, and I'm still not gonna touch on it because I don't know the extent of it. Like, I don't know if he really with them wholeheartedly, or did he want to work with them with a certain fight, or did he just try to use him to get out of the Bob situation, or they try to use people as muscle, bro. Well, I'm gonna go fuck with him then because he the big dog for real. He the one you getting your deals from, so I'm gonna go fuck with him for some muscles to get the fuck away from you, and then go do my own thing or some shit like that. Like, I don't know the real extent of the situation, so I ain't gonna touch on it too much. But I don't think he have a real big dealing with the man, because Bob got a relationship with him his goddamn self. So it can't be too strong of a situation that they got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because look at the situation he in now. So, I see as his career go on, like when this Errol Spence shit get out the way, and then we'll see, like, okay, we can really see what's what after the Errol Spence situation. Because if you really with him, then after the Errol Spence situation, they'll be in whatever fight you got going on then, and that could be a reason why you're not fucking with these other promoters. That can be a fact, but we'll see after this Errol Spence shit. Then I'll pay more attention to it.
And not only that, but you gotta remember, that Bomac was training Amir Khan then, yeah, I mean, and they knew that they was leaving. Amir Khan from over there, so yeah, I mean, they was over there looking for investors, trying to just like Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson.
And I broke that news to y'all, on the video that now, but this been for a minute. Mike Tyson is he wants to, have a dealing in the Errol Spence and Bud Crawford fight, and he wants to be a silent investor on Terence Crawford behalf. So if y'all watch Bernie's live, when Bernie was saying, hey, well, y'all don't know what's going on. What if Terence Crawford is asking for more money because he got his own investors, willing to put up money on his behalf? Mike Tyson is one of them. Mike Tyson's one of them. It's something I've been knowing for a minute. I just ain't said nothing about the shit. I've been knowing that shit for a long time. I just ain't said nothing about the shit. But yeah. So now that old boy is out the picture, I don't know if he ran and got Mike. I don't know how him and Mike Tyson linked up like that. But that's another reason Mike Tyson is saying, "Oh, Errol Spence is gonna get stopped within 5 rounds." That's why Mike Tyson saying that, because he is a business partner with Terence Crawford now.
Facts, Key. And 817, what the hell you mean if Monty say if Monty say Bud did anything wrong? What you mean if I say Bud did anything wrong? Anything wrong about what, bro? What are you talking about?
Man, 817 just can't take BF nuts out his mouth, man. He been choking on BF nuts since this battle got announced, man. You know how he is.
No. Wait, okay, I'm trying to figure out what he's talking about. If Monty Brown say Bud did anything wrong, watch him save him in some way. Watch me save who in some way, bro.
See, y'all forget, man. 817 don't know that I came into this industry debating with y'all too. You understand? So it ain't never know, man. Dude, he can't take his boss nuts out his mouth. Y'all know how our bosses had that one person in the organization that want to beat him. You understand? Behind the doors, they just be like, "What you want me to do?" That's his Marlo Mike. That's his Marlo Mike.
The one that need the license and the helmet to ride the jock, right?
You dig? That's his Marlo Mike, man. Chill out, Marlo Mike.
I can't wait. I can't wait to debate between 817 and Scotty. I like, for real. That's gonna be the one. That's right
gonna
there.
Be classic. That's gonna be epic.
That's gonna be the one right there. Because 817 gonna come in loud in motherfucking hood in the bitch. And then Scotty gonna come with that mother. He gonna try to be sophisticated, but he gonna be giving him backhanded jabs at the same time.
Him slapping.
Scotty,
backhand.
BF, this sent the shooter.
So you want me to go on the topic now, or what?
Yeah. It's on you.
All right, on that right there, like y'all was saying, I agree wholeheartedly. But I'm gonna tell you one thing about Bob Arum, right? He trying to distance himself as far away from Kinahan and them as he can. And see, Bud, it's the thing, they got this thing called honor amongst thieves. Like, we ride together, we rob together, we eat together. Even though we doing stuff, we doing disrespectful stuff, we still doing it respectfully between each other. Like, if we doing stuff that we not supposed to be doing, but we doing it amongst ourselves, then it's cool. We have an agreement between each other. And see, that's just like when you got dirty civil servants that do stuff. They got they shield code that they have, and you know how they feel if one of them turn on the other one. Like, you're not supposed to turn on the other one. And see, when Terence put out that lawsuit, it's like he turned on Bob. So Bob threw the whole kitchen sink at him, and he's not done. He's been downplaying that man's value. He's trying to get him caught up because he knows what Stephen Espinosa and them said, that if they find out he has anything to do with Kinahan, that they're not making the fight. Stephen Espinosa made sure he said that plainly. He said they're not dealing with nothing like that. But like y'all said, Bob can't be considered a snitch, because if my grandma, if God rest her soul, she was still alive, and she seen something that happened, she's gonna call the police, because that's the type of life she lives, and that's the type of life she leads. But I just feel like Bob is mad, he's vengeful. Like, he was trying to appease Terence while they still had that lawsuit out there, but to get a lawsuit on Bob, you gotta realize that man's a Jew. He's an old Jew man. They about their paper. And them Jewish people, they like to count. And if you're gonna get them, you gotta realize you gotta have time, patience, and money, because they will keep you in court over and over. And that's what Bob did. He refiled, and if you ain't got the time and the patience to keep doing it, you gonna get lost in the system. That's the thing about going against people like that, because they will sit there and file so many motions and documents, and then you have to appear and have to do this and that. They've been had like 300-400 daggone court appearances, and you miss one of them, that's your case. And they know that. They smart like that. That's the way they work. That's that politician stuff, man. That's how they get by with it. That's why it's always good to get you a lawyer. But the same way Jay Prince came and got Floyd Mayweather out that deal with Bob Arum, I kind of feel like Terrence hollered at Darren Kinahan about that like the same way, really. I don't really think he had too much dealings with the man, because
Jay Prince can get Floyd out that contract. I mean, Bob helped Floyd with Jay Prince.
Yeah.
It was just the other way around.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know how people intermediary. I mean, I'm not saying who did well. I'm just saying like how one person gets another to get him out of there. I feel like, you know, with Bob and Daniel Kinahan, he got in there to do that because, damn, I missed what I was about to say. Well, y'all done knocked me off topic. Hold on for a second. Because, you know, it's good to get an intermediator in there, because, you know, get in there and get between and try to find a common ground to get you up out of there. So I think that's what he was doing with that Kinahan thing. And Kinahan felt like the best way to do it was, you know, put a lawsuit on him. So I think that's...
Try to use him as a little muscle, but I still don't think I don't know how far Terence Crawford and Danny Kinahan situation goes. So that's why I say.
But see, you see how Bomac got mad. Bomac got mad when what's your boy name that got beat up by Shakur Stevens?
Jamel Herring.
Yeah, when Jamel Herring went over there and got Kinahan as a consultant, Bomac snapped on him, kicked him out the gym, said he don't want to work with him no more. So as we know that they know something about it, and Bomac didn't want to have too many ties with it. It was just, I think that's why I think that Terence Crawford and them had like a temporary thing with it, because when Jamel Herring sat there and signed a deal with the man, Bomac went crazy behind it and got rid of him.
Yeah, because Bomac want to be the manager. He like when he go, Bomac the type of dude that when he go sit down, like he said, I want to got a deal for all my fighters, so he want to be the mouthpiece. You know what I'm saying? He want to be the mouthpiece and the manager behind every fighter, and he was using Terence Crawford as leverage to break them deals with ESPN and with Top Rank. So that's what he was doing when he said, "Oh, we want to got a sweet deal," because he was using all the fighters that he had. He wanted to be the man. That's why I say he didn't really want to go fuck with Al Haymon like that, because Al Haymon will go through the contracts and see what it is, and he don't want them parties to understand what the fuck going on, in my opinion. So, yeah, like I say, the future tell it all, though. You know what I'm saying? The future tell it all.
Yeah, Bomac know he can't play with Daniel Kinahan and his people. He
Exactly.
know he can play with them like that.
Exactly.
But let me move on to Kwame, and then I'm gonna go to G5 because we gotta keep it moving.
Yeah, salute to the panel, salute to the chat. Yeah, I mean, you're right, Keith. I mean, that man 90 years old. He ain't snitching. First of all, you snitching when you go to the police. You know what I'm saying? If you in cahoots if you commit a crime with somebody and then y'all get caught and then you tell the police what happened, that's snitching. What Bob Arum doing ain't snitching, you know? Secondly, ain't no honor amongst these guys in business because he turned around and sued that man. You know, if Canahan told Bud to do that, I mean, Bud his own man. But I mean, quite frankly, I thought it was stupid to sue Bob Arum, a waste of time and money, which it turned out to be. Because why would you sue a Jewish man who's 90 years old, who was a federal prosecutor out of Harvard, and got so much of a network in the legal system? I mean, you ain't gonna win that. That's a waste of money and time, And me personally, I thought it was a waste of time because once you broke ties, use out your contract, just go make just go make the fight. You know what I'm saying? Make the fight, move on. You know, quiet is kept. Even though I don't agree with a lot of shit Bob Arum did, I mean, Bob Arum was the one who took him away from Cameron Duncan people and that was screwing him over, and he wasn't getting no fights and wasn't getting showcased, and I believe had to pay those guys for the life that Terence Crawford was a world champion, 8% on Terence Crawford's purses. So I mean, let bygones be bygones. Because look, at the end of the day, he didn't make no money really for Bob Arum in terms of whoever the business deals was for or not. He didn't make no money, didn't get the viewership, and he walked out of it with a whole lot of damn money with ESPN and Bob Arum. And that's a situation I felt, to me, he could have just washed his hands and moved on with his career and just left that alone. And this now on the flip side of that with Bob Arum, I say this. For all the people who was having a problem with the Spence and Crawford fight getting made while they was on opposite sides of the street and networks, and I was saying, why would Haymon want to do business with Bob Arum after he sued him? Well, this is proof right here. It's like suing people, you hitting people in their pockets for money and their reputation. And at least with here's the thing, at least with the suing that went on between Arum and Haymon, it was strictly business related or whatever. But with this suing that Terence Crawford did with Bob Arum, he made accusations of him being a racist, and I felt, me personally, I felt even if he was, I'm not saying that he ain't, it was gonna be damn hard to prove it, especially when he got a bunch of house niggas that who's gonna jump out in front and take the blow for him and say, Bob, Bob like black people, Bob this, Bob that, Bob this, Bob that. See, and on top of it, the man said when the man threw him under the bus after the Kell Brook fight, he went on and said Bob was a good gentleman and he knew in his heart he was trying to make the fights for him. So, I mean, this is typical Team Crawford shit, contradiction. One day they say the sky is blue, the next day they say the sky is red. On the same day, this is typical Team Crawford shit. So, the whole Kanahan thing, I don't know too much about it. I don't want to know too much about it. Hey, more power to them. I already know what showed up at my door with AKs. So more power to them. They need to figure all that shit out. And shit, if I could get the $5 million for turning Kanahan, then I would too.
Hey,
shit.
bro, Daniel Kinahan sounded like he was helping a lot of these fighters out to me.
Sure did. Sure did.
He seemed like he was putting that bag out, bro.
Sure did. And they just try to keep their distance because they knew what was coming down the pike, and that's why they distanced themselves from Jamel Herring and all of that. But look, at the end of the day, shit, I just want to see a fight. Those guys need to figure all of that shit out. But I felt like suing Bob Arum was a waste of time. And you open the door to that. And what I will tell you is this as well. Don't be shocked because Bob Arum played dirty. He old. And he's used to this dirt game. He survived in boxing this long, and he's a figurehead in boxing. We know how dirty boxing is.
Mikey Garcia.
Don't be shocked if while Terence Crawford's in camp or some shit, some legal shit pop up, or some shit to distract him pops up, or some shit like that. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, it ain't over with Bob Arum. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It ain't over. It's not.
Yep. And let me get to G5. So to repeat the question, G5, what you think about Bob, in the lawsuit where he said, hey, you know what I'm saying? Shit, they ain't had shit. They had to drop it because they ain't had shit, right? It was ignorant. Daniel Kinahan put him up to it in the first place. He would have never even sued me if it wasn't for him. And he's saying, hey, and Bud told me, he brought Daniel Kinahan and said, hey, this is who I'm dealing with now. Like, this is my business partner. This is who I'm going to be dealing with. And so what you think about all that, G5?
Man, sound like there's a bunch of moving parts to me. That's why I've been preaching the importance of having a solid team around you. You know what I'm saying? If me being, who I am, shit, if we all us a team and Keon the fighter, shit, if we see something that don't look good, hell, that's where your team come in like, bro, his track record. You sure you want to do business with that? Because if that shit go bottoms up, your funds, your business, and everything that's attached to you is gonna be frozen if everything go belly up. You know what I'm saying? So your team or the set of eyes when you not seeing something. So to me, it's just like it's kind of a bad business move. You know what I'm saying? You make the bed, you gotta lay in that shit. For one, I mean, I agree with a lot of points that y'all said. The man been around when people granddaddies and great granddaddies was, watching boxing. So of course he went to Harvard. You think he don't have judges and all type of DAs and other people on his team? Yeah, they might be retired, but their grandsons and granddaughters might be in those positions. So you think they not gonna make sure that man is cool? Like you see, he ain't really lost in court like that because shit, he know the game inside out. So I'm at a point to like, hey, shit, he could try to blackball Bud. You know what I'm saying? I agree with Kwame. Like, shit, we don't even know what this man game plan is. He might just be chilling, thinking everything is cool, and then drop a bomb on somebody. But to me, I don't really get into it too much on the Kinahan shit. I feel like, hey, if you did business with him and you know his track record, then you got to be prepared for the repercussions if it does fuck up. That's something you got to deal with. Look in the mirror. Then nobody make you do that shit. And if you came out and told Bob Arum that that's your business partner now, shit, Bob gonna be like, fuck you too. Shit, you ain't under me, under my umbrella no more. So if it's fuck me, then it's fuck you. Let's not forget, Bud gave him a fuck you to the world on a stage. You feel me? And it wasn't even at his fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you think Bob is okay with getting embarrassed in front of everybody like that? Hell no. He ain't gonna let that shit ride. So hopefully, like I said, we can get this fight, man. But if he got business with him, and I don't care. I don't even matter if it's a big business. Al Haymon is not gonna risk having his money and his assets that other fighters are under the PBC banner. He getting his assets frozen for nobody. He don't care if it's a small bit of business or a lot of bit of business with Kinahan. If you're doing business with him, he ain't giving you no play. That's all I got on.
I feel you on that. But that's why I say he used Kinahan, and that's why I don't even like talking on Daniel Kinahan because cats take that shit and they go elsewhere with it and all that shit. But I just feel like he used Daniel Kinahan as a little muscle. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like he knew he was in a situation with Bob Arum. He got a little advice. You feel me? And it was going to help him get out of that contract, whichever way he was pulling, whether I got a one fight left or this, that, and the third. That's what I think he used it as. I don't think he got a long-term, extensive relationship, you know what I'm saying, with Daniel Kinahan. That's how I feel about it. That's why I think this fight will take place.
And KQKC, drop your link to your channel so everybody that's not subbed to KQKC can sub to you.
He need a tool, bro.
If y'all ain't subbed to KQ, I don't know what's wrong with y'all.
You hear me, Key?
Yeah, I did. I seen your message. I thought he was. He should have been had a wrench.
I thought he was too. He was. That's
I seen it. I seen it last week. I keep forgetting. So I was like, let me just go ahead.
I don't know how they took KQKC wrench.
They do that because you getting too big. They just start snatching shit.
Yeah, like I don't know what the fuck
community getting too
big. Catch that super check.
Yeah. I'm gonna get to my man Randall Bivens in the building in that super chat. He says, what I've always learned is white folks, Bob Arum, real savvy at finding loopholes. If your case ain't tight, then you're gonna waste your money. He says you gotta walk like a partner, LL Cool J.
Walk like a panther.
Panther. Oh, yeah. My bad. He said, like, you gotta walk like a panther, LL Cool J. Yeah, man. Bob, bro, Bud should have known better. And when Bob says that he feels that Bud was put up to that shit by somebody else, and he said, Daniel, well, I believe that, right? Because if you go back right, into the history, Bud was kind of always, I don't know, he kind of timid when it came to Bob. Oh, well, you know, Bob is right. You know, I should be doing this and I should be doing that. And you know, that's just Bob being Bob. So he never came off like he would ever get up the nuts to sue Bob Arum. And that lawsuit came out of nowhere. And a lot of us was like, damn, bro, like, damn, we was just surprised and shocked that Bud sued Bob. You know what I'm saying? It's just like I said, it came out of nowhere. Now you hearing Bob say, hey, that shit didn't come from Bud. That shit came from, you know, somebody else he had started working with. They put him up to that. And now it make a lot of sense what Bob was saying, because now that old boy ain't around no more, and you heard Bob say they had all this time to refile it. It's been 6 months and they ain't said nothing else about the lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since old boy dipped out, you know what I'm saying, and went off and went on a run or whatever he got going on, he ain't around no more. Now it ain't no more lawsuit. I'm just saying, think about it.
It's like Randall Bivens said, you know, once you go try to fuck around in the courtroom, you got to come about that dollar. You feel me? And Bud looking like, damn, do I really want to go pay these lawyers for this shit that really don't make no sense?
That probably had the bread that was going, you know, take care of that for him.
For a case that you might not win.
Right. You ain't got
everything is.
And we know how, and Bud, you know, and we know how Bud seemed like he tight. Bud ain't finna come up off no millions to sue nobody.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Unless he got somebody else that's willing to fund the money to take care of it for him.
But
So Bob ain't out here just making up shit. That old man, and I'm gonna tell y'all
at this stage in his life,
I'm gonna tell y'all need to pray, and I pray that I'm as witty as Bob Arum is when I'm 90 years old. Like, that shit is amazing to me. It's amazing to me. His brain probably work better than all of ours do, and he 90 years old.
Facts.
That's
man,
man,
Bob ran him too much guaranteed money for me to feel like Bob might be lying. That's my only thing about
it. It ain't about him running him that. It's like Bo Mac ran there and negotiated for that deal, and Bob, like you say, OTB, he gave it to him because it was on the contract. It was guaranteed, and he didn't have no choice but to give it to him. That's what kind of pissed Bob off, because he felt like, and I promise you, it probably wasn't even Bob and on that did. I think Todd the Buff had something to do with it. I think that's why Bob be so pissed off. You feel me? Because he giving these motherfuckers all this money up front, and we don't even recoup this shit back. You feel me? But at the end of the day, it's like for him to pay you that money and be solid about it, and then at the end you try to go sue the goddamn man. That's why I had a situation about it. Even though you know this man had paid your ass off and he didn't get that money back, it looked like some sucker shit to me. You know what I'm saying?
Bit the hand that feeds you. Like that shit, like he bit the hand.
I don't think that Bob ain't make his money back though.
Man,
I think Bob made his motherfucking money back. He wouldn't have kept running and guaranteed money if you had lost on the first contract.
Bro, how the fuck you gonna say one thing and turn it back on? If the man said up there and just told your ass he didn't make his money back, how you go sit up there and just not believe him?
Because he said
it's economics. You're not gonna keep running him guaranteed money and you're not making none of it back.
So why is
now at the end of the road?
So why is he okay with letting Bud just walk through? He like, I don't give a fuck about this man.
You know, he tried to do a fight with Bud and Terence. I mean, Josh Taylor. He said, Bud, we can do another fight. If he was losing all this money with Terence, why would he want to make another fight?
Because he knows that he could have brought. He wanted it. See, y'all, you got to listen. He wanted it in the UK. He wanted to try to coop some of the money back that he lost off of Bud. So he's thinking, if I can get Bud and Josh Taylor in the UK, then and pack out a stadium with 90,000 fans, then I can make it back. But if it ain't no Josh Taylor, I don't want to do no another fight with him.
And I get that, but that's after the second deal.
That's why he wanted that.
You understand? Which is why I'm inclined to believe him now.
The first deal, but you got to understand.
You said that shit, but when you
hold on, OTP, the first deal, Crawford wasn't making no guaranteed money like that. So yeah, it was after the second deal. After we gave him the deal with you know what I'm saying, with ESPN. We gave him the deal, and that shit didn't turn out like we thought it was. Because they thought that they was gonna be able to when they gave him the 4 million or 3.5 million guaranteed, then like 3.5 million guaranteed. That's what it was. With the ESP, they thought that Terence Crawford was gonna be that guy. They were gonna be able to blow him up and make him a big superstar. Remember, he was the first fighter that fought on ESPN Plus.
Yep.
Remember,
2 million views. He broke the bank. He broke the bank on it, but he wouldn't promote.
Yeah, but they thought that they like, oh yeah, that 3.5 million. Oh, that ain't. Oh yeah, y'all can have that. That ain't shit. We got ESPN backing us now. And Terence Crawford, we're going to make him the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. So that's going to boost him up, right? We're going to talk about him and tell everybody that everybody is afraid of him. Nobody wants to fight him. That's going to boost him up. And then we're going to put him in the ring with our roster. We know we ain't got no stable like that. He going to run through all of them. You know what I'm saying? We're going to run the campaign. But what they fail to realize is the fighter got to promote himself too.
Exactly. And that's what
y'all knew that after the first deal. Y'all knew that after the first six fights.
No, they didn't.
Because, like I said, they didn't know that after the first deal because they wasn't pushing him like that.
No.
Right? Now you got ESPN backing you. So they thought with ESPN, Terence
He'd
Crawford
be
was going to
motivated.
go on. They thought that, and Bob said it himself. He said he felt that Terence Crawford, he thought Terence Crawford was going to go on all these platforms that they have on ESPN. He was going to utilize all these, and he didn't, and he refused to. That's when Bob got pissed off and said, we here at ESPN, we got all of these different sporting platforms that he can go on and do interviews and utilize, and he refuses to utilize these tools that's right at his hands, and he won't use them. This is what Bob said. So it didn't turn out like that because in this day and age, the fighters still got to promote themselves. They still do.
And you
get
did.
the guarantee you probably getting the at the point in time he was probably getting the biggest guarantee, right? And you got to remember, he getting that guarantee fighting minimal competition.
Yeah.
Them guys that he was fighting, they don't have nobody know who a fucking Igis Kavalaskis is. Nobody know who Jose Benavidez was. So he's getting that guarantee fighting dudes like that.
So my point was, you lose all of this money on him, and you still pay Sean Porter out of your pocket for what? That's not
because it was going to be a purse bid. It was going to be a purse bid.
Yeah.
They knew Sean Porter would have brought some numbers, which he did. See,
let me say this,
but if you're not making no money off of him, then you definitely not expending no more money into it.
You got to understand.
And you got to think they wanted that fight on ESPN for sure because remember, Bug had the top ranked belt, that WBO belt. That's the top ranked belt. They didn't want to have, man. Come on, let me read this super chat real quick, and then I think Money wanted to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Christopher Schaefer, salute in the super chat, man. He says, you crazy as hell, Money. Hey, he says, brothers. He says, black ball is already in play. He says, Key, I said to you before, Bud don't mess with us. He's an Uncle Ruckus type dude having the ninja reality call right now. And then he said, and he's still not trying to F with us, right? He rather, like I said on Southern Tea last night, I said, Bud, he said this shit. And I know because people that fuck with him personally told me that he have a deep hatred towards Al Haymon. He never wanted nothing to do with Al Haymon. So Bud rather go fuck with the, with a white dude, Kinahan or whoever he rather fuck with before he fuck with Al Haymon.
But what did Al do to him?
Nothing.
Exactly. That's that hate, man.
He was black.
Because Earl's a
He
bigger
signed
star.
Gary Russell when
Because he got
became
Errol
a bigger
Spence over
star.
there.
That's
Gary
why
has swung on his ass in Olympic camps. That shit go back to
Earl
that shit.
became
He
a
was
star.
Saudi.
What you say, OTB?
Said he was Saudi that Al went and invested like that in Gary Russell, knowing that Gary Russell
boy,
had
that
swung
shit-
on him.
OTB, don't say no.
Y'all
stupid
niggas crazy.
That's what it go back to. Shit, you gotta
OTB,
think you
don't
coming out of
say no-
this when he coming out of
OTB.
camp. They
First of all,
both get
hold on.
inside.
Man,
Everybody
nah,
signing their deals.
OTB,
Going
bro.
where they want to go.
That,
OTB, that's some of the
bro,
dumbest shit I ever heard.
they was puppies, bro. That ain't
Right,
got shit to
It's because
do
he made,
with business.
he made Spencer
Hey,
start.
Upper, that's some of the dumbest shit I ever heard in my goddamn life.
You say what?
Tell me how it's
OTB.
wrong.
No, I'm saying Upper,
Make it
that's
make
some of the
sense
dumbest shit.
then.
OTB, don't ever say no
Make
shit
it
like
make
that out your
sense,
mouth.
man. You keep saying what don't make sense.
OTB,
Make it make
don't
sense.
ever say, oh, he's mad at motherfucker Al Haymon because Al Haymon saying Gary Russell and Gary Russell swung on him. Don't ever say no stupid shit
I'm
like
gonna
that.
tell y'all what
Upper
the
what?
problem
Don't it
is.
make sense? You
But-
talking
but
about
hold
them at a
on.
point when they kids.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna tell y'all why he's saying that he's pissed off at Al Haymon. So when the whole ordeal was going on with, when they really start talking about making him and Terence Crawford, right? Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, right? So if y'all remember when Andre Berto came out and he did an interview on Barbershop Conversation and he spoke on how Al Haymon run his business. Basically, hey, we're gonna make it so we got all the fighters over here and you gotta come fuck with us. If you don't want to come fuck with us, right, you're gonna get the big fights if you come fuck with us. But if you don't want to come fuck with us, well, it's pretty much too bad for you. We ain't worried about what you got going on. So he feels like that Al Haymon was basically trying to big dog him and make him say and say, hey, well, shit, if you want the big fights, if you want an Errol Spence fight, if you want the big fights, you got to come sign with me. And for some reason, he feels some type of way about that.
It's that feminine shit, dog. It's that beta male syndrome I be talking about.
He was willing to go fuck with Bob Arum and Cameron Duncan, right? But when Al Haymon was like, hey, you can get the big fights, but you got to come fuck with me.
Because he a black man. He didn't want to be
you
a
gotta bet on
black
yourself,
man.
P.
Huh?
Man, that ain't that because you got to remember all of them.
It
went over
is
to-
that. I'm telling
is
you,
because
it's
he's a
that.
black
They
man.
went over
Look,
to Golden
OTB,
Boy
stop
first.
telling me what it is. I know. I talked to
Because he
people
wouldn't
that he
take
said
pay cuts
this
against
to.
other races, but when it comes to Errol Spence, he want the most thing. Bud can't consider another black man higher than him. He has some kind of complex when it comes to another black man. If y'all don't see that crap, man, when it's other races, Bud, he literally bows down like that man say. He's like Uncle Ruckus, like he feel like ain't no other black person equal to him. And when it comes to another black authority, he likes to, get his back up and his shackles up and want to go against the next black man, bro. Well, we the ones that got his back.
I'm gonna just say this, OTB. I'm not saying this shit because this is something I think. I'm saying this because his own people have said this to me. That's why he don't fuck with Al Haymon. He feel that Al Haymon was trying to basically force his hand to go over there and sign with him, on the PBC to get the fights that he wanted. But all these motherfucking promoters do that. That's just how the game, that's how they work. Right. So you can't find, you can't have a whole roster full of fighters that you want to fight or supposedly want to fight is over here with this man, but you decide to go over there and sign with that man and then get pissed off at that man when you don't get the fights. Like, it don't make no sense.
Now, the only reason I said it probably go back that far is because you got to remember all of them went and signed with Golden Boy first. Gary was damn near the only person that Showtime, that Al and them invested in. You understand? Him and Danny.
But he
was the only people.
But he got out of but he had a chance to go after he ran his
right. Yeah, I get that.
Time. He had a chance to go sign with Al, and he didn't. But he was pretending like that Al had all the fighters that he wanted. Bro, what the fuck is you signing over here for if ain't nothing over here for you and you know how he do business? Everybody know how he do business in the
deal stupid as hell.
Just like Terrence said, he don't have to promote the black people because we already supposed to support him. Like he got
right.
he got some kind of thing when it comes to black people, bro. Like he don't even respect our business. Like he don't even respect us cheering for him. Like he talking about like we supposed to support him. Like it's a given. Like I'm telling you, bro, it's just he has some type of way when it comes to other black people, bro.
Well, people, I see people in the chat talking about that. Oh, Al was trying to act like that Terence Crawford, championship didn't exist. It stems way more. That shit didn't have nothing to do with Terence Crawford when they didn't put the WBO champion. That shit had to do with the promotional companies was beefing at that time. Y'all tend to forget and have amnesia that Bob Arum and Bob Arum and Golden Boy and all of them had sued Al Haymon.
Right.
They was beefing at that time. That shit, man, they wasn't giving a fuck about no goddamn Terence Crawford. That shit had nothing to do with Bud. That had something to do with the promoters, and they was beefing at that time. Y'all come on. Y'all can't do this with me. For real.
Casuals, man. They're casuals.
Trumpet's knife in the drawer, but I'm that motherfucker next to it. Jermaine Bean said it was Danny Gary Floyd. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, so I don't know, man. Bud he got Mike Tyson backing him now. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson got a lot of money he came up on, with the marijuana industry and everything that Mike got going. So that's a good look for Bud. He trying to, he got Mike Tyson. And I think that Mike Tyson is part of the reason, though, why they having trouble negotiating this fight. And I'm going to let y'all know why. I watch a lot of Mike Tyson, right? I watch a lot of I used to watch a lot of Mike Tyson's podcasts that he got. Haven't watched it in a while, but I used to watch a lot of it. And y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash the like button. It's free. I don't know why y'all ain't hit the like button. It's free, right? So I used to watch a lot of Mike Tyson podcasts. And one thing that Mike Tyson will always say when he had fighters come on there, man, fuck them promoters. You don't need them. And he used to talk about his Legends League. Like, yeah, the fighter gonna be in control. You don't need no fucking promoter. You don't need nobody telling you who you can fight and who you can't. Man, we put up our own money. Fuck them. Now, what y'all think he's saying to Terence Crawford? We'll put up the money. Fuck them. You don't need no fucking Al Haymon and them. Fuck them. Fuck them promoters.
Which changed the negotiation standards. And when I come in with my own side that's willing to provide what I need to bring.
But you got to understand, you working with Al Haymon, Steven Espinoza, and these guys right at the top. They're not finna let you come in, right? They ain't finna let you come in on some shit we got going on. Fuck y'all. We don't need your bread. We gonna have, because it's about who got the biggest nuts with these people. They all got egos. So it's about who got the biggest nuts. They want to be able to say, hey, we put on the biggest fight in boxing. We made this happen. They don't want to be able to have to include nobody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, well, I got my own people to come in and put up the money. Okay, well, we got our own money. We don't need you. Like, these people got egos. It's all about, egos. So I think that's another problem that's holding the fight back from, that's stalling the negotiations. Bud is, he bringing his own investors to the table, Mike Tyson, that's willing to put up money. And he like, hey, I want more money because I got people that's willing to put up money for the fight too.
And you got to account for a different return on investment from countless other parties. We didn't just name two other parties. If both of these parties is invested, then that's a whole nother set of documents that the lawyer got to go through and hypothetical return on investments. Because like y'all always say, we know about the streaming and shit. So shit, that's a whole different negotiation standard.
So, as far as how the ins and the outs and ends work with, him having Mike Tyson and whoever else he may have that's willing to invest on his behalf, how that shit work, I don't know. I don't know how that shit works, so I ain't gonna try to act like and pretend like I know, but I know, that's one of the things that's going down. I don't know if anybody else got, any thing, that they want to say about that.
And I think that she is. You gotta say a lot more to that, because we all knew that he ain't had no promotional company, and when it come out that he done goddamn it cover his side of the, he done put something on the table too. So shit, you gotta definitely respect that and encourage more fighters to do it, pending this pan out how we wanted to pan out and this fight happen. Then we have to advise, fighters to do that more often, because right now promoters got too much of a hand in the sport. When they can start jumping people up rankings and just declining people who don't want fights to put themselves in position based off of the best profitable, the most this sport, as much as it is about, the money, but we know that the money gonna be there as long as, you let the talent speak for itself. But y'all not doing that. You understand? Which is why we getting the fights we getting. And yeah, hell yeah, I support that.
Mike Tyson, I'm gonna tell y'all, Mike Tyson got some smart people backing him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He
Mike
might
Tyson,
not be the smartest, but he got some smart people backing him.
he
Just
can
like
offer
Floyd
Spence to
Mayweather,
fight.
just like Floyd Mayweather might not be the smartest, but he got smart people around him. But I got to get ready to wrap this up, because in a little bit, shit, I got to go in less than an hour and a half. I gotta go, be on Knockout 86 for that debate with my man Southern T. You know what I'm saying? So I got to get ready to wrap this up. Great show. Make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Hit the like button. It's free. I'm gonna go around the panel right now. I'm gonna start my man G5 and let everybody know what you got going on and what time you coming on next, and let them know about the morning grind.
I appreciate you, my brother. I appreciate the love, plugging the link. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the new subscribers that, don't fell on through. I don't ask for too much, you know what I'm saying? I do appreciate that. Man, AM cleanup, we running, we rocking. Hey, we got the morning time kind of, you know what I'm saying? We got that shit running. You know what I'm saying? Wake up, get your morning boxing, then we're gonna talk about real life. Because boxing and real life go hand in hand way more than people think. So, you know what I'm saying? Just think about it. Y'all know where to find me at G5_Gabe, Instagram, YouTube. Put the hashtag TWT on there too, because I don't know if this is gonna come up. It's not the G5_Gabe no more, just like that. But man, that's where we going. I got my joint ventures as usual. I'm trying to fit in enough time to start back going on and during the evening time. But right now, we just gonna keep running, doing what we doing. I got my brothers and my fam, you know what I'm saying? They are on in the evening and we support them. And again, appreciate all that support that y'all been showing. OG, I appreciate you blessing the page yesterday. I made that a video, tagged you in it. Appreciate the love and support as well. And that them kind words you dropped on me yesterday. Real talk. But that's all I got. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to all my brothers on the panel too.
Yes, sir. And make sure that y'all hit that link. I got the link pinned up in the chat. G5 Gabe's link. Make sure that y'all hit that link that y'all see pinned in the chat and sub to his channel. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get him to 1,000 subs. Sub to his channel. And my man Kwame East, loyal to the game boxing talk, man. Let me get your last words real quick.
Yeah, salute, man. Great show. Salute to the chat. Salute to the panel. I feel like everything that was discussed today is 100% valid. I would just say on a part of like the last topic with all the promoters and stuff, y'all guys are 100% right, but I just don't give Bud a pass on it based on everything that he said for the last 4 years about Spence ducking. So, all this extra promoter stuff, and we don't need this and we don't need that. Bud don't got no type of mindset to be no trailblazer and change the business of boxing. Leave that to the smart people. He double talk too much. The fight needs to be done. It needs to be signed, and they just need to get with it and get at it. And that's all I got.
Let everybody know when the next time you coming on.
I don't know. I'm taking a little vacation away from the social media thing. I'm in a place right now where I'm just enjoying being on panels.
Yeah.
Like this panel. I'm just taking a little break, and then I'll let you know when I decide to come back.
Okay, that's a bet. Upper echelon, let everybody know what
Answer
you
your
got
phone,
going
Quan.
on when you coming on next.
Shout out to everybody. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. It's free. If you don't hit that like button, then you just a hater, bro, because you getting all this free content and you ain't got to pay 1 cent for it. You ain't paying a person for their time, and you know time is money around here, especially in a pandemic. But I like to say shout out to OTB, shout out to Money the Stepper, shout out to Loyal to the Game and G5J, and most importantly, shout out to Keith for letting us all get up here and say what we got to say and discuss this fine sport we call boxing. At 7 o'clock in the morning, me and my boy OTB, we got a show called Advantageous Adversaries. We're gonna start it up tentatively in the morning at 7 o'clock to lead into my boy G5 Game show. But you know, when you leave for us, you go to G5. But you know, we're gonna have a morning debate while you get ready to go to your work. You know, so you know, me and him, since we both got that mindset where we like to break down film and we like to look at all that, and we always clashing against each other, but we still cool. You know, we try to get our point across. So you get to see us going at it about every subject under the sun, because that's what's going to happen right there. And, you know, when college football season get here, you know, I'm going to have my picks for the college football season, my bookie picks. I'm going to start doing the sheets next week. So, you know, I had to put Patreon up and everything. So, you know, you get the guaranteed picks and my pick threes and everything. But y'all subscribe to everybody on the panel, and I appreciate y'all. I'm out.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. I'm definitely gonna be checking out that when you come with them picks and them. Yeah. I can't wait till football season.
Yeah, that college, that's my thing right there. I break the bank every time on college. Now NFL, they get me a little bit because you know them spreads. Them over and unders gonna be the same.
Yeah, that's gonna be fire. My man, big stepper. And like I said, me and Money, man, we was talking about doing some for the football too, for sure, the NFL and stuff. So for sure, big Money.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate everybody, man. Shouts out to the panel, everybody on the panel, OTB, G5, Kwame, Upper Echelon. Shouts out to everybody in the chat coming through that be rocking out, showing love. Yeah, man, we talk this boxing shit for y'all, man, to get passionate, get heated, but this where it's staying. Like I always say, this shit don't go outside this internet shit. People leave this boxing shit right here where it's at. And Scotty, you said you want to smoke with 817. 817 said he's down. Now you saying that you not down. You feel like you gonna get cheated and all this shit.
He feel like he gonna get cheated. It's just him and 817.
Yeah, just doing 817 up there, man. So you know,
bring it to my page.
We gonna make this thing happen. We gonna make this thing happen. Fine. Scotty got to come on and make it happen. Scott saying, you know, he don't look like it's a debate. Now it's gonna be a debate, man. Y'all gonna get in there. Y'all gonna talk y'all shit.
Scott ain't got no real argument, Monty. That's why.
I know it ain't that, Scott. Now you come face to face with a nigga.
Man, Scott gonna be there, man. Y'all just make sure y'all give 817.
But we gotta make it clear. It ain't gonna be no back and forth. Oh, this bitch ass nigga this, and we not finna do that. If y'all gonna get on there and do that, we gonna Money gonna cut that shit off. He gonna stop it.
And we gonna keep going with the show like Money do every day.
You gotta make a motherfucker shut up so you can get your shit off, and if push come to shove, motherfucking mute button is right there. Nobody can get pissed off if you hit the mute button if it ain't your time to talk. If it ain't on you to talk, it's on that man to talk. You get that man to respect that man time, bro. So you know we gonna make that happen, man. Scott got to go and step up. You call the man out, the man stepped up to the plate. You feel me? Let's get it in.
Time limits.
Blue say, nah, Scotty got to give me mine first. Blue say he want that first.
Yeah. So
he got a lot of smoke.
Blue did. You know what? You know what? Blue did call out Scotty on his live last week. He did call out
for real.
Damn.
Well, he got a whole pack of smokes.
Hey, you right about that, kid. He showed.
Did come first with it.
It looked like
I forgot about that.
Well, he got a whole pack of smokes to get rid of.
Shit.
So now
we gotta
get that. That's what I want. I actually, because I don't know 817 and Scotty gonna be able to hold it together. But I know Blue and Scotty will be able to debate like some real men and
real that's men. Gonna be a good and that's a lot of knowledge.
So now
I want to see that.
Now this is the thing now. Is Scotty want to go on blue panel or we want to come on Monty Brown panel?
Body trying to get the sponsoring rights.
Yeah, money wants the sponsoring rights,
That's
man.
the thing. Hell,
I just want to know if I can host the face off, man. That face off gonna be serious.
Hey.
You got
But,
Blue talking this shit.
Hey.
That shit.
Upper. 7 what time? 7 Central. What time y'all coming on?
Who was that?
Upper echelon.
7
OTB.
Central. We both
Yeah, we
on
go-
Central time.
Central time?
Yeah.
I thought it was Eastern time.
That
But
debate gonna be like
Eastern
a Mike
time.
Tyson fight.
But
King,
it's only gonna be an hour, fam.
Yeah.
King,
We gonna see.
that-
though.
I mean, hey, y'all
that
good, bro.
debate-
People got multiple devices. They gonna
Yeah,
pull up
coming on for an hour and 7
Yeah,
minutes.
So it don't matter. Y'all
Hey,
good.
I'm gonna hit up Scotty. I'm gonna hit up Scotty. And you know, I'm gonna hit up Scotty. Okay. Blue said they're gonna do it on Money Brown. Okay, so Blue said they're gonna do it. I'm gonna hit up Blue.
Well,
I'm gonna call you too, Blue. I'm gonna hit up Scotty, and I'm gonna hit up Scotty too, and get him
Look
on
on his
deck.
boy the alley.
Nobody be mad if that shit look like a Mike Tyson fight in the 80s, you know. 'cause-
That to me, that's more controllable than Scotty and 817. That's a lot more controllable.
Man, and if 817 can hold his nerves, man, I think that can be a good battle too. But
But this thing, I can hold.
I'd rather see the debate with 817. But Scotty ain't got that for no blue blood.
817 is respect. Like you talk to his ass. I know I talked to a nigga like 817 making comments ass now, but he know how to shut his ass up and let another man get their shit. And like I say, push come to shove, the motherfucking mute button is right there to shut his ass up. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna run off if you get his ass muted when he know he getting it wrong. But
and salute to Blue for being a part of what we doing,
'cause
man. We appreciate
Blue
it,
actually
bro.
called for it. You know what I'm saying? I had forgot about that shit. Blue called for it before anybody did. He was like, you know, shit.
yeah, so we gonna make that happen. Blue blood and Scotty. Then now, Scotty, you got to step up to the plate.
Yeah, Scotty got to step up to the plate now. It ain't
you know, you the brother.
I
we
feel
fuck
like
with.
it's an ambush.
Man, Scott gonna be there, man. I got you, man. Scott gonna be there.
We gonna have to
Yes, sir.
put out an
Ducking no
APB for
smoke.
Scotty.
What's up, Knockout? We you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go ahead and plug the battles for the night, not.
Nah, man, I just
let
wanted to
everybody
say,
know we gonna wrap it up.
yeah, I just wanted to say, man, I love the energy, bro. Like this is what this shit is about, bro. When you got a disagreement on a boxing topic, bro, like let's see who really got the best argument and shit. And shout out to Money and Drico for the great shit that they did. You know what I'm saying? Last week, man, that shit sparked something. That shit sparked something. And I know I'm trying to make that shit just consistent over on my channel. And Money seemed like he about to get a big one with Blue Blood and World Combat, bro. This shit huge, man. If you got an issue, and this is for anyone, bro. Anyone. If you got an issue, people talk boxing with you all day. But all that emotional shit, I want to find out who really know they shit. That's the type of shit that I'm on. I want to find out who really know they shit. So shout out to everybody up here. Shout out to Money because Money kicked that shit off. Him and Drico. Shout out to them because they didn't have to do that shit. They came and they did that shit, and now the shit is picking up. So I want to shout out to them. I already did, but I wanted to make sure I did that. Now, as far as what we got going on over at Knockout, man, y'all gotta tune in the next week, bro. We got everything boxing versus Southern T going down tonight, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, in about an hour and a half. They going in on David Benavidez and Jamal Charlo, right? And we got two moderators for that debate. It's gonna be
that's gonna be good.
My special guest moderator G5. He's gonna come up on there. He's gonna moderate the shit with me. We got the rounds and shit going. You know what I'm saying? That shit gonna be lit. So y'all come through for that. Tomorrow we got me versus Dub Rightside on Tank Davis and Devin Haney with OTB moderating that shit. And then next Thursday,
we got face off tonight too, don't we?
We got BFTB going against OTB on Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. So I'm trying to get shit scheduled. Any and everyone is welcome. If you want smoke with somebody, call them to the carpet. If they don't accept, they will be publicly shamed.
I want to smoke with Dundada. I want to smoke with Dundada.
I mean, I'm talking about people that actually pull up, bro. I'm talking about people that actually pull up, but man,
well, I get the chance to get smoked with OTB every day now. So
damn, Blue say Scotty been ducking me since Ryan Garcia.
Hey, that's true. And I don't want to speak for Money, but I'm pretty sure Money got an open challenge to any and every one too. I'm sure he'll accept any and all smoke.
Yeah, he still want to know. You know what I mean? Somebody yet to knock him out that
Shout out
throne.
Blue Blood
Money
Sports.
ain't 1-0. No, don't. Money ain't no 1-0. Money ain't 1-0.
I'm just talking about. I'm only talking about on my channel, bro. I'm only talking about on my channel. I ain't talking. I know people
If
been.
y'all believe Keon
I'm talking about
debate,
knockout.
yourself.
Hey, I done got it money
Come on,
as
knockout.
a debate.
Who's the
Hey
fifth
man,
Jamal
we can set
Charlo?
that.
That's gonna be
We
a
can
tough
set that
fight.
up.
Money is
I watched two
undefeated
brothers
against
get
anybody ever debated.
I said, who defended Jamal Charlo?
My brother Southern T.
Who? That's gonna be a hard right there.
That's why I'm tuning in. I want to hear this shit.
Hey,
Damn, boy.
hey, y'all don't slip on
Hey,
my
please,
brother.
I ain't
y'all.
slipping on him. I'm
Please,
just saying
everybody, bro.
I'm just saying that's like Mission Impossible, boy. He get to show. He get to show his real credibility right there. Because Jamal, boy,
Look,
he leave a lot to be desired.
everybody stay tuned after too. Stay tuned after because we're gonna do the pre-debate face-off hosted by OTB between me and Right Side. So we're gonna do a face-off like they do in battle rap and like they do when the fighters get ready to fight and shit. So
I hear you knock out.
Talk they shit.
We gonna see how that shit go.
And on that level, BF, man, quit sending out of town shooters. Send out of town shooters. Don't send no in town shooters. Y'all seen folk brothers.
Oscar De La Hoya in the building.
But man, I can't thank everybody for the support so far. And man, Blue Blood and Scotty, y'all gotta go get that shit on over at Money. I gotta see that shit. I gotta see that shit.
Boy, you got your boy Blue Blizzard.
I gotta see that shit.
About to
I can't wait till that shit because we gonna be able to hear that shit clearly because ain't now one of them finna scream to the top of the lungs.
Oh
like
yeah, I
Money
listen
might
to Blue every day.
And I don't think people really get the format. Just so y'all know, you understand? In these debates, man, you get to talk ain't no time limit. You understand? The other person can't talk while you talk.
Money, you giving your unlimited time too each round?
You should at least be a 3-minute time limit.
Man, BF can have all the time.
Nah,
hell
no.
Ain't no time limit.
Ain't no time limit. Not on my shit.
Ain't no time limit, man. Talk all the shit you want with
That's what I'm
OTB.
saying. You gotta be able to go back and forth, right? Like
Yeah,
you gotta be able to
look, this how it go down. Again, Money gonna run his shit. It's Money fucking channel when he doing his shit. But how my shit gonna go down? 3 rounds. Unlimited time, but you do get a rebuttal that's unlimited too. So, for instance, tonight, let's say Key goes second. Key goes second and T go first. T got however long he want to talk his shit on his first round. Then Key gonna come talk his shit his first round. Then T gonna be able to rebuttal Key, and then Key gonna be able to rebuttal T. And we do the fan vote, or I ain't gonna say fan, we do the audience voting, and then they gonna get in the second round. So you're gonna have unlimited time to not only spit your round, but offer rebuttals for the shit that your opponent is saying, bro. So niggas better be creative and all that shit, cause bro, like y'all know I don't try to come up here, bro, and be nothing but honest. I'm telling y'all right now, bro. I'm changing the game on my shit tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow,
I mean, we ain't gonna be sitting there talking for an hour at one time without letting you people talk. Nah,
ain't nobody gonna do that.
3 rounds up. It's 3 rounds up, so you could empty your clip on that first round if you want to,
and then start trying to say the same shit and see if you don't get.
Go ahead, I'm gonna tear your ass up. Off with his head.
Well, I see you in the morning time, OTB.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah,
before you
let
get out
me
of
wrap that because I gotta hop in the shower before I, do this debate and shit. But
just real quick, Key, what can we expect from you tonight, bro? Just real quick for the people.
Man, shit, y'all gotta tune in and see. Like I said, man, when it comes to this debate shit, it's right up my alley. This is what I do. This is what I do.
Already,
up.
Man. I appreciate you, bro.
This is what I do. I ain't gonna say too much because Southern T ain't on here to defend himself, but this is right up my alley.
Already.
Let me get my last words in, man.
Shit
Go check out
ugly. Shit finna get ugly like Kevin Durant and motherfucking Precious had a baby.
Golly, bro.
Ooh.
Picture that shit.
That's an ugly ass baby.
Shit's finna get ugly. Hey, but man, y'all hit the like button. Like I said, let them know the time again, knockout.
Man, we're gonna be live. We're gonna be live at 7:30. Debate gonna start probably right at like 7:35, 7:40. I'm gonna give people time to get in the building, but you ain't gonna want to be late because I got to get this debate. And these brothers, they got unlimited time to get off each round, and then we got the face off between me and Dub right side right after that.
And that's
So you got to
Central
get in the
Time.
building on
And
time.
what channel is it on?
Yeah, 7:30.
7:30 Central Time.
It's on my channel, bro. It's gonna be over there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it said Knockout Boxing 86 TV on 7:30 Central
Bro, I
Time.
got you locked in, bro. I know you.
I gotta, like I said, I gotta wrap it up. I appreciate everybody for coming through, showing love. Everybody hit the like button if y'all ain't hit the like button, and y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and we gone, y'all.
That nigga with the shade.